You ready for the meeting? Hey! Yeah! Hey! It's a timing. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's a timing. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's a timing. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Oh, it's inside me. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Come on, let's go. Say it's inside me. It's inside me. Oh, oh yeah. Blame it on the music.
Hey everybody! Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can Vera, can you hear me? Vera can hear me. Welcome back. Good morning to you, everybody. This is Delton, and in a few minutes we're gonna be hearing from Vera as we get the show started. So as we get the show started, continue to listen to the music that's playing in the background, which is one of Davey and Chase. And this is the Blame It medley. Keep it locked. 93.9 FM is on the way. DGMT is on the way. Right here, 93.9 FM. Don't touch your dials. Keep it locked. Welcome everybody. Welcome, DGMT. Show is definitely getting started. Does it came through the roof? Welcome everybody to DGMT. Let's get ourselves situated.
Hello everybody.
Hi everybody. That song's gonna play in the background until it stops.
How y'all doing?
All is well.
And Delton. Sorry, I just saw the caption. I just saw the heading. It just caught me off guard.
Welcome everybody. Welcome. Y'all go ahead and share the page for those who are on Facebook.
Share it.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. For those who are listening via radio, I don't know how much people are coming out sharing with us on this radio station, but let me start off by saying we do humbly apologize. We thought we had fully rectified our situation here at the studio, but come to find out, it's not the case. And apparently, we have some more tower work that needs to be done. And so, if you are listening via the FM frequency, you're going to hear some static. And if you drive on certain parts of the island, you're going to hear other radio stations. If you drive in the east, I as I have done. For some reason, 96.1 comes through. 98.1 comes through. Sometimes 96. I mean, 100 jams come through.
So that's Glory 93 on those airways.
No, that's after because of our signal. We have to drop our signal down so low that other stations are interfering with us.
So if you go east, you pick up other stations on 90.9.
Yeah. So Dwayne says our mics. Yeah. So Dwayne, what happened is we had some little issues here just at the studio.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What movie is that?
Oh, I got it.
Daddy Daycare. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So we are. I'm gonna talk louder from now until then.
You're talking louder, though.
I talk louder till that.
Oh, I'm talking. I thought you meant you were going to raise the volume of your voice. I was going to say, sir, it did not change.
It changed.
Oh, okay.
So we have more than technical issues with the station. Also having technical issues inside the actual studio itself. You can do it.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can you hear
me now? I haven't said good morning yet. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Even at 12:48, it is morning somewhere in the world.
I don't like.
We always say that, but where in the world is it morning? Do we ever really stop to consider?
I think like China and stuff like that this morning.
That way is morning,
I think.
or it's like further in the afternoon.
No, I think it's.
I think you got to go the other way to get morning. I think you got to go West Coast to get morning.
Well, America West Coast, or you mean
Yeah.
like, not America, no. Because I think it's only like 3 hours. I mean, actually, you are right. California's like 3 hours behind us.
Behind, yeah.
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 So for them is So for them it's definitely morning.
Yeah, okay, Tilly. So for my West Coast folks, good morning.
Like my sister that lives in California. Hey.
Right, exactly. Morning.
Definitely morning.
Listen, Denisha Strawn. One thing about Denisha Strawn, she's going to be where the action is at.
Exactly.
Because
we
yesterday,
appreciate you for that.
sis was out and about, and we really appreciate her for it. Denisha, I didn't act up like you wanted me to, but circumstances did not permit. But I appreciate your support. I saw your status after the fact, and I was like, appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. How's everyone doing this morning? Dwayne's in early today. What's happening?
Yeah, and I think that's because of the whole. I usually here, but he's just because of
That's what I mean.
Because of the radio situation. He's compelled. He's being compelled to listen to us via
actually right
Facebook.
Right. Well.
And so yeah, so like I was saying, we are the technicians that should be here actually any moment, and so I think for a brief couple minutes we're actually going to be off the frequency completely. Hey, morning.
Let me see. I want to touch it.
What we do?
Give her a second. Give him a second.
You gotta touch it? Why we gotta touch it?
Look at her hair.
I see the hair, but why we gotta touch it?
Because it's not locks. How powerful.
So you just
Congratulations.
So you picked it all out.
Congratulations.
Just picked it all out. Well,
You gonna go ginger? You're gonna go ginger. I see that for you. I'll lock it. Sorry, we got distracted. Okay. Good.
Okay, what you can message this or you'll see how far it is from here. Because he said he was coming.
We're still on the radio, guys. Just so you know.
Oh no, because we spoke this morning. He said he was on his way here from an hour ago.
You ain't seen that the traffic been like Christmas?
Yeah, that's right.
The traffic been like Christmas? Call him.
Thank you, man. That was our very own Marisha Walker.
Very own hostess with the mostest, Marisha Walker. Faithful to her assignment early in the morning, every day. She is on the air at 7 to 11. So if you have not already, you should tune in. Who should be on the air from 11 to 3 is Delton. However,
first of all,
from what I hear, Delton has not been as faithful
you are
to his assignment.
At school teaching.
Busy.
You don't know what's
teaching
happening.
the nation's youth. The reports tell me. The data collected says.
Lie.
All right, then.
Anyway, guys, so for those who try to listen to us on the FM dial, we are currently very, 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 very low. And so it's going to be a fight for you to hear us, but we encourage you to listen on TuneIn Radio. You can download the TuneIn app, and it doesn't take much of your data. Trust me, I've been on very low data, and I've been able to listen to TuneIn Radio all day. So you can listen to TuneIn Radio on your computer, your iPad, your phone. Download the app, or go to the website, tunein.com, on your computer, and you can hear us and listen to Glory 93.9 FM all throughout the day. And hopefully at the end of today, that problem should be rectified, though. So we believe in God.
I feel like the radio being down is working in our favor because Donicia is here early. Dwayne is here early. Good to see you all. Good morning to Shaquinda Divinity Nixon. Miss you, girl. Good to see you this morning. Terrell say, hold on. Wait. I just see the topic. Terrell, I want you to know I also had just seen the topic when I posted on my WhatsApp the link. And I'm getting my chat is blowing up. My chat is blowing up. Oh, my goodness.
Those on radio can come outside.
Can come and park outside and bring donuts.
Bring donuts. I mean, if you want
I'm feeling like bring chicken today.
You want chicken?
Don't bring donuts. Bring KFC.
Terrell, I saw your work on the B2B thing. Terrell, that's amazing.
Delton,
Terrell,
I've gone funky.
You have. I think once Marisha leaves, I think it might be better. I know her. If she connected to our Wi-Fi, if not, then she can just say I blame her for no reason. Okay. But I know Marisha has a strong connection to our studio in terms of her Apple devices.
Right. Okay. Understood.
She has about 45.
No, understood. I must say, Marisha's iPad has come in handy for several life ministers who have needed it for preaching engagement.
Exactly.
So
we get a nice safe face for those Apple devices.
Honestly, for those Apple devices, we're grateful. But yeah, you were talking about Terrell did what on the Who?
No, Terrell, I don't know what you call it, but he did a shoot for a company. That was I know where she's coming for me. He did a shoot for. I think it was a clothing line. I think it was. I'll send the pictures to you. So very, very good, very good.
Very early.
I'll pass them. It's fine. It's okay.
Good afternoon, man of God. How are you? I'm very well. What do I mean?
My internet is gone.
It's gone?
Oh man.
I can see.
You can see me?
Yeah.
Oh, just
and myself.
It's just my page then?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, we online.
Still online?
Yeah.
No. We shoot the breeze before the show. We are shooting the breeze. We shoot the breeze for most of the show. But we're here.
All right, what? There's nothing? Because I know we INS being a bit, for the same reason INS being a bit.
I'd had to apologize for all the staff meetings Delton has been having in the first 12 minutes of the show. It isn't his fault. A lot's been going on. He's just trying to get some things in order, of course. As we know, they don't know why we went on last week. We didn't give any apologies. No post was posted. We just didn't turn up. To have a show by myself? That doesn't work. Doesn't work. Nope.
You don't want to guess?
Nope. Nope. Sanford said the same thing, Delton. It worked. He trapped the saints. He said, Lord have mercy. This topic.
You heard that he was my Alma Bear last week? You didn't get Alma Bear?
I didn't hear all the stories. I heard about the preparation for the assignment, but I didn't hear about any stories. Delton, so essentially DGMT is last week we were off the air because Delton was on ministry assignment. He had to go with the bishop and he had to bear arms. He had to wear It seems like the bishop wants to get some things off his chest. So Delton had one job. He came dressed like a rapper. He had cornrows. I'm just repeating what the man of God is saying. Nice. That sounds like a good situation. Right. But then what? But he's an armor bearer. Armor bearers don't wear robes.
Armor bearers wear a black suit, full
real armor bearers. Oh.
So let me. So.
But did you tell him he needed to wear his collar and a black suit? That wasn't the question.
It's the problem. I wanted to bring my stuff.
You did?
Close. He's coming back. That's what you mean. He's coming back.
Guys, so I usually wait for myself to be out of energy before I can really deal with having the third host, our ghost host, which is the bishop. But he's trying to come in 15 minutes into the show. Okay, guys.
Anyway, let's say good morning, everybody, before he comes back. So good morning, everybody. Good morning to Dwayne. Good morning to Terrell. Like I said, Terrell did a fashion shoot at Atlantis. Yeah, that's what at Atlantis. I can send the link. It's beautiful stuff he did.
You got closer to us.
Morning, Shauna.
Morning, Shauna. Morning to Sanford.
I rather know what our topic is. Yeah, he just coming in. I got much time to tell. Then I get a game.
Sanford tried to come for me
I
earlier
got
on
a
this week, but I ain't gonna let it go.
You had a game? Yeah, you have a game. The little summer league, the fall league they have. Oh, they play the game. They play the game. Yeah. So I catch some of the game. Yeah, the baby children. All right, so I can't put you on camera today like I normally do. Right. Like there's a little issue that's happening with our situation. Right. Anyway,
A lot of issues with situations this morning.
So,
Do you know what we could do? We could turn my camera to the
No, I don't need a camera. So we apologize for last week.
Who's we?
You don't apologize?
I mean,
You wasn't here.
Yeah.
So you should apologize as well.
I'll
And actually, you were here. You could have had the show.
that's not. how
Whoa,
it
I love
works.
sex.
Do you have? Hold on. Do you have one-on-one without Pastor Aquino? No.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I have.
Those days are long
He
gone.
did once.
Once. Okay.
Well, it was one.
And how did that go for you? Because you didn't do it again.
Oh, one
So,
day. No,
there we go.
Pastor, you know why not though?
Yeah, I do
Hey,
it.
what?
Then
Talk?
it wouldn't be
He's like,
one-on-one.
he's like, talk?
That
Let's
would be like
start it.
Wednesday
He's
night
like, start
live.
the show.
That would be Friday morning on Zoom. That would be Sunday in the
Yeah.
morning, but it wouldn't be one-on-one.
Mary Labour Walker says hi to you. This is Mary Labour Walker.
Oh, Mother Mary?
Mother
Hey,
Mary.
Mother Mary.
Moaning. Okay, so tell us the story, Delton.
So, yeah, so
tell us why
I had,
you went on live last week.
Bishop.
No, hold on. I got a text now because I said on radio I love sex. No, I'm reading the topic of the show. Listen to me, y'all. I am reading the topic. I am on
my
Facebook.
goodness.
And I
Oh,
opened
my
the
God.
show.
Such a random
And
saying,
the show
man.
says, I love sex. I only read what's on the. Now, this is not to say.
And anyway,
This is why when Pastor Denzel comes, I got to go.
But I just read.
Got to go.
Beloveds out there, the man of God is looking at, and I'm actually opening on Vera Wilson's page. It says she's live, and it says that she loves sex. And it's in inverted commas.
It has speech marks, right?
It does.
And then what's the last thing? The dash says?
And God's eyes open. God's like, what?
No.
No, I see God and I see two open eyes. So God is like, what?
It says dash.
It says dash God. So it's saying I love sex.
No, it says dash God with open eyes. And God is saying, what?
That's what God said.
Yeah. That's what I see with the open eyes. What? And that's
Keep
open eyes.
digressing from this story.
Okay,
Okay,
so yeah,
sorry.
so I went away. Pastor Denzel had to do an opening prayer. Actually, no, he's Bishop Denzel at this time.
That was definitely
Bishop Denzel had to do the opening
Presiding
prayer.
prelate.
Prayer had to be the presiding prelate. Prelate of.
Prelate.
That's what they said.
Prelate, yeah. It's
So
not,
they said
it's not
prelate.
prelate.
We say
It's
prelate,
prelate.
but it's
No.
prelate.
Prelate.
Anyway, so he had to do the opening prayer for a consecration and a
Affirmation.
apostolic affirmation service for a friend of Life Virtual Center, Apostle Edward Kirkpatrick, now Apostle Edward Kirkpatrick. And so he was going by himself with his wife and his two children, and it was like, hey, church decided to send somebody with him. Sent me. At the time, as y'all can remember, 2 weeks ago, I decided to try something new with my hair. So my hair was braided.
Oh my God.
Just keep that in mind. And this is from Church of God, Prelate. I'm going with the Highway Church of God, Prelate, with my hair rolled out. That was the first red flag. So I had my collar in my bag, FYI. My tab is in my bag.
Okay.
However, my shirt was in Nassau.
The math isn't math.
I left my shirt.
You'd forgotten to take the shirt.
The shirt was
Oh, so
still.
you had good intentions.
The shirt, I had a white shirt, and my collar shirt was in the closet, and they still in the closet right now.
Good.
They never made it to the bag.
Oh,
So I wanted to just get like a white shirt. I wanted to go to the shop to get a white shirt while I was over there. So I wear a white shirt and a tie because I had two ties in my bag. Back up.
Why didn't you just get a shirt?
That's what I wanted to do.
No, like a shirt for a collar. But that's too hard to just purchase.
No, I don't think I could have purchased it in time, but I wanted. Cause I wanted. But
Actually,
then
there's a store we could have gotten it from. I
So
didn't.
coming out now.
He didn't. No, he didn't say this.
I didn't say I wanted to get a shirt.
You say you want to get a shirt, but he didn't say he wanted a shirt for the service. I thought a shirt.
That's
for
what I
Sunday.
said. I said I forgot my shirt for the service.
No, I didn't hear that. Honestly, I didn't hear that.
That's what I said. I said
No, I didn't hear
want
that
to
part.
get a
I
shirt
heard,
for the
you
service.
kept on saying I need to buy a shirt. I need to buy a shirt.
Cause I
said,
forgot my shirt
We all need to buy a shirt.
for the service.
We in America. We all need to buy a
So
shirt.
anyway,
So we have
So,
a domestic.
When do you not need to buy a shirt in America? Of course, you're in America.
I had no reason. I had no reason to go to the store.
I didn't know this. Guys, I just want a disclaimer. I didn't know this was going to go this way at all.
It could have
I
gone
have
another way.
no idea that this conversation.
And it should have gone
was
another way.
It
So
should've gone
anyway,
another
so
way.
I'm
I
gonna
had no
lean
shirt.
back.
So I had a shirt that I wanted to wear for Sunday, which was a regular collar shirt, nice little blue pink stripe situation that I wanted to wear. I could wear it for Sunday services because I think Sunday I was going to be a musician. Saturday I know I was going to be the bishop, so I wanted to wear the collar. Anyway, they were like, "We get into the mall. We gonna have a wheel of a time. We ain't buying your shirt for you. We don't care because first of all, this is our family trip. You just happen to be here." So I was like, "Fine,
Foolishness.
that's cool." I was like, "That's cool." I kept my clothes.
Foolishness.
I walked up and down Walmart with the family and make sure the children were safe. That was fine. I had no problem with that. So we get to the service. We came a bit late. We had to drive down from a different state. Different city.
We didn't go to Walmart on Friday.
Huh?
We didn't go to Walmart.
We go on Friday. Yeah, we went Friday. Friday was the game. So before the game, he's all up in the mall.
Julie, you see my face?
Friday we was in the mall, having a whale of a time. Shopping in Bar, betting me off for Vera, having a whale of a time.
What happened for Vera?
There's something for you.
What happened for Vera?
Did I do any shopping?
Did I do any shopping?
But Jesus, what is this?
Yes, you did.
What?
Because of who?
Huh?
Delton, I'm about to
All
turn
I'm
this
saying
camera
is
because
you
I'm not
did.
here.
You did some shopping. You did.
We did some shopping for Vera.
I ain't got Mine ain't in this.
So,
I do the
so anyway, so we did not try to go to any store Friday.
I had a bag for Vera. Daddy had a bag.
This conversation is about Delton's shirt.
So anyway,
Bishop Denzel Roll.
So I got to church. We got to church a few minutes late. Before the church didn't start yet, but bishops were already dressed and stuff like that. So I had to help the bishop get dressed because there's a garment that the bishops wear that has about 45 buttons that he had to put on. So I had the bishop get dressed, and we walked to where the other bishops were, and all the other persons that are going to do the little processional, and everybody was sharply dressed. Sharply dressed meaning in their clerical attire. There was what you call the thing, which is the overlay thing there. Chassack.
A lot of them had on the cassocks. Some of them had on their their
lace
stoles.
things.
They had on there.
And I am in there in a mafia gray shiny suit. If you think mafia movies and gray, I have in a nice gray suit. I have suspenders because I had planned to wear suspenders. Nice outfit, suspenders, gray suit, brown shoes, and brown boots, and a nice blue pink shirt. Worked really well together.
No, he did look clean. He looked clean.
But not for the occasion.
No, because most armor bearers had on their black cassocks.
They had on full black suits, or they had on black suits with a black preacher shirt and a full white collar. They were sharp. So I get to there. So service didn't start yet. So they were they tried to find him. He wasn't there. He wasn't around where they were looking for him. So I was like, hey, no. They was like, is he here yet? I was like, hey, he is here. They're like, oh, so you're his armor bearer? It's like, I was like,
Delton, that was the moment to just slide out of the situation and let them give him one of the armor bearers who was around.
That's what I should have done.
That's what I told you that from you before you left.
Then I would have been cross. Then I would have been mad.
So that's what I should have done.
Don't put somebody next to me. I know.
So anyway, so he's like, all right, so let me show you where you're sitting. I was like, where I'm sitting? Okay, fine. So I walk in thinking I'm going to be, normally the armor bearer sit second row. No. So there's the first row of the church. They took out 6 chairs from the first row and created another first row. And there's the armor bearer for the man who's preaching. There's the preacher. There's me. There's Bishop Denzel. There's another bishop
who's presiding.
To be fair, you were in the middle, so it broke the pattern.
Of 6 chairs.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, it's just 5 chairs because the guy who's presiding, he went on the pulpit. He never came back down. So it's just 5 of us in there, and I'm just sitting there in a gray suit, hair plait, brown shoes.
They're gonna be like these Bahamians.
That's all I was saying. I was sitting there saying these
Bahamians,
they don't know.
These dudes can't dress. They don't know what they're coming to.
Dress.
Keep in mind now, he's in full bishop attire. The bishop is in full robe. Red chain, everything going on.
New cross.
New cross.
Jody, I say, so Delton, you saying what you need is a black cassock for Christmas. That's what you saying. Julianne say, LOL, they wondering how the parking attendant got in the front row.
That's cute.
WhatsApp chat must have been hot.
It was security. How security guard get in the front row.
To the front.
And keep in mind, I was there before everybody else, so I literally walked in by myself, and I just me sitting down in an empty seats waiting for them to do the procession.
Delton, did you sit with your head up, your head held?
Oh yeah, no, I set up, and then so one of the arm bearers for the pastor that was preaching.
This story is making my belly turn.
He came in. So he came in. This is the armor bearer for the preacher. So he came in. So he sat down. So I'm looking at him trying to figure out, all right, so what do armor bearers do? Because I've never done this.
This story gets better.
So I'm looking at him as like, what do they do? And he's sharp, and he hailed me. We give a handshake. How you doing? He said, I'm good. He sat down. And then he took out a camera. Like he had a camera to capture moments. And then he go on his phone and started playing a game. It's like, hold on. I was like, sir, this does not help me at all. So I sent a text to the pastor.
He does exactly what you think armor bearers do. That's exactly what you think they do.
I sent a text to
They
the
close
pastor.
the coffee, the flannel, the Bible, and then they go down and they play a game.
I was like, I feel very uncomfortable, sir.
I can picture what he's saying because I was still in the back room.
Because he didn't know what was happening.
When we banged the corner, I see my brother. I said, I almost died. I said, this is funny to me. Because he got this whole side locked down. Just him
me.
one. They said, Bishop, your armor bearer is seated. I said, thank you very much, Bishop.
And I was definitely seated. It's like Bruce. Definitely looked and dressed like Bruce.
Listen to me. And this was high mass. They
did a Decalogue. Do you know what a Decalogue is?
What is a Decalogue?
Exactly. I had no idea what a Decalogue
Is
was.
my mic on?
Yeah, it is.
It's very
so the
low.
Decalogue is where a pastor came up and he basically sung the 10 Commandments and the people respond.
What? I like it.
I mean, he's singing. And thou shalt have no other gods before me. And the crowd responds, Lord, have mercy on us. Well, I'm like, what am I doing? What's happening here?
Lord have mercy on us.
I was like, this is not happening.
Thou shalt not kill.
Lord have mercy upon us. Lord have mercy upon us.
Thou shalt not steal. And I
Lord
said,
have
now
mercy
He was
upon
loving
us.
it.
who? I was having a ball.
Having a whale of a time.
I was having a whale of a time.
Jody says, Delton, sounds like you needed to have sent a WhatsApp to Stafford and crew. Rashad says, Bishop, good afternoon. Denisha
Yeah.
dying, shake your chest, man. Denisha,
Is
I'm
it?
saying here, uncomfortable and humid. I'm amused by all of this.
I had to
You went
like,
to church. That's not more than church.
Oh, that's
no, it
church,
was
though.
high mass.
I keep in mind, this is a Saturday. This is even Sunday. This is Saturday morning.
Church book out.
Like, why you're so
What
dressed for
denomination
Saturday?
is that when they sing in
Church
Decalogue?
book out. No, that's a practice of the African American College of Bishops. That's something that they do. If you go online, and you could actually go online to YouTube and just type College of Bishops Decalogue, and you will see a version of it. And they did something similar. I don't know which faith that is from. If it's Catholicism or Anglicanism, I don't know which one it is.
None.
But and it probably is a
Grew up
variation.
Catholic.
It's probably some variation of what they did.
Not Catholic.
But I grew at a Catholic school, and
Maybe
I've gone to a lot of
Anglican, not
Anglican
Catholic.
services, and it may have been a construct of the African American.
Right.
The
I
college.
mean, it's the singing for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
he's
It
singing.
was
He's
it was like, yes, sir. I was having a blast.
I must say, though, the bishop made up for all the faux pas.
Who?
The bishop and the pray. 5 minutes, strong prayer. Afterwards, they probably still looked at me like I was crazy, but it's like, hey, the guy he with, though. It's like,
Don't mind them knowing how to dress.
Don't
They
mind-
early.
don't mind not talking to the bishop. Don't mind not
them
talking to this
coming
armor
in here looking
bearer.
unsaved.
Listen, this man know how to pray.
Delton, you maybe opened someone's eyes. They broke down a construct or a
Well, I made it
preconceived idea they have
intentional.
of men with cornrows. You really may have just changed the whole
But
thing.
look, the corner thing
the corner was the problem.
because there's a guy who's in the full cast looking robe thing, and he had locks and this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't even done properly.
It was the outfit.
Yeah, his locks was over.
He was
Because he did ask me too. He said, "That's the armor bearer." I said, "Yes, sir." Okay. He did ask me the guy with the locks. I was like, "What?"
Miss Mary came to clarify. She says the Anglicans and Catholics sing the Psalms, not the Ten Commandments. So maybe they just decided we don't want to sing those Psalms. We're going to sing the commandments instead.
Yeah, they
Commandments.
sang it, but it was funny.
So
I
Armor
tell
Bearer
them-
Delton, do you have any recording of the 5-minute prayer?
I had the full 5 minute prayer.
As you should, because I mean you had one job.
One job.
One job. The first
One
part of the
job.
job failed.
The
At
dress.
least make sure.
I had the one job, and I made sure I recorded. At one point, I got a little caught up in the prayer, so I lost focus.
Oh, you got,
hey, hey.
hey.
And I couldn't be too obvious, 'cause like I said, I'm in the front of the front,
Right.
so I couldn't be like, yeah. So I had to like.
No,
hold it
there was an
down.
initial mess up because I had parts of my garments that went in the car because Robin needed to go to CVS to buy some things.
Oh, so you really just want to get it all off. your
No, you
chest
mentioned the
now.
armor bearer did a good job. I mean, like,
Right.
'cause I got there and I was dressing like, hey, armor bearer, I got something missing.
But remember, this is an armor bearer who doesn't know how to armor bear.
But keep in mind,
Armor
though,
bearer should do his homework.
Keep in mind.
He had one. He flew over
I-
for
Hold
one
on.
job.
I'm not gonna say I'm good. I'm gonna put out there what I said to armor bearer. I said armor bearer, don't fool with that. That's what I told.
You
Armor
told him to
bearer.
fool with
I said armor bearer, don't fool with it.
But I mean,
Let them
and-
give the
and-
man of God
and-
somebody who knows what they're doing.
And then we go Sunday. Let me just throw armor bearer under the bus. And then armor bearer get body slammed by this old woman.
What do you mean?
He's supposed to be my armor bearer. This old woman body slam him. I mean, she armor bearing me. She all across him. I like armor bearer. You gotta hold your ground.
no, for mom, I told mom to go ahead, because everything. No, because she made it awkward. She brought the water to me, and she's still standing by the pulpit. I was like, just take the water. It's like if you can stand between me and him in the pulpit, then just go ahead, take the water. Then she come bring the tea to me. I was like, man, you really carry the water. Let's carry the tea.
She said, you have armor bearer? I said, yeah, he's right there. Okay. You did anything? I said, but you asked me if I had a page.
So I was like, man, I have to say.
She looked at him and thought, he can't be trusted.
Hold on. So then he said, your musician duty. The musician leave at the church. I'm there preaching, having a whale of a time. He's down up in the corner. I said, dude,
Because the
what
musicians...
Hold on. Prior to this, he said something about what he didn't want to do. I know if I went there, he was going to do what he didn't want to do.
What did he not want to do, Delton?
He didn't want a church.
He didn't want a church.
No.
Why?
Because he had a word, and that word had to get through.
This is at church number 1 or church number 2?
If I had gone,
I think we have somebody coming to go up.
yeah, that's the tall guy.
Higher. I don't know.
Tall guy.
He just came to say he's going up the tower.
All right. Yeah. So I know he didn't want us. So I was like, I'm gonna let him talk. I went there for a couple of seconds. I didn't want to think of the again. It's like, oh, the church went crazy. I was like, see, exactly what you don't want to happen. You don't want this to happen.
Oh my gosh.
So the bag thing, the first service, the Saturday where you tried to throw me on
It's
the
all
bus.
coming out today, guys.
I said, I'm gonna get your bag. Leave the bag. I'm gonna bring your bag. Leave the bag.
I don't understand.
I said, okay, I'm gonna leave the bag in the car. We getting dressed. Oh, my things in the bag. I asked you, do you want the bag? No, they don't want the bag. I said, do you want the bag? No, I don't want the bag. I don't need the bag. I don't need the bag. Ah, no, leave that. Okay, I left the bag. We got inside. My bag. What? You in the bag? You tell me leave in the car? So I had to call Lady Robin.
Yes.
Robin, can you come back? We left something in the car. He left the bag. So Lady Robin comes. She tried to, I was getting dressed. I didn't see her call me. She tried to call me. I didn't see it. I missed like a minute. I go back. She's like, oh, I didn't leave. Like, but I said we need the bag. I was like, no, I ain't going to say, I can go CVS.
Sounds like you guys had a whale of a time, though.
So anyway,
I just want to say I
mission
told you
complete.
so.
I will be back here. The service was good. The drinks were refreshing.
First and foremost, Delton is the head of Mavs, then an armor bearer.
No,
That
I
was
got to
your
do it
armor
again.
bearer
I can
discernment
give
coming
Delton a
through.
round 2. We got to do it again. I'm bearer. I got to let him do it again.
Why? He's
No,
not
man,
an armor
it
bearer.
was fun, man. It was really fun.
I failed. That's what I did.
And your brother seemed to enjoy watching you
Enjoy
fail.
It was fun, man. I loved it.
Having a good time.
Someone
I'm
messaged me
feeling.
privately, said this y'all have this trapsy heading for the show, and y'all here talking about armor bearing. The people feel misled.
Tell them
And
tell
lied
them
to.
they're too nasty.
It loose.
They're too nasty. They were just talking about nasty things. They're too nasty. We try and talk about church and bearing the armors of the Lord.
My goodness.
Anyway, y'all gonna talk about them nasty things. Hey, go on.
Actually, this,
Thank
this,
you so much for joining
It
us.
ain't really
though.
nasty things though.
It's
This
not really
is
nasty things.
we talk about
Oh,
PR.
Delton, we gone. This whole thing gone left. We gone for 1 week and don't know how to
not
act.
just left. It's gone
Say
awry.
if you gone. Say if you come back.
It's gone awry.
We come back.
Anyway, good morning, one. Good
Gone
morning, all.
awry. Good morning, big. Good morning, small.
Good morning,
Good
short. Good morning, tall.
Good morning, all
show
of
just
y'all.
started.
You
You know.
literally hijacked the beginning of the show.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're not sorry though. You're not sorry.
No,
It's
I thought
fine.
that was in full swing.
No. We hadn't said happy birthday to the people who had birthdays in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We hadn't said the news and reviews. We hadn't talked about what was going on in the world. But now it's half an hour in, and Delton, the sleep is heavy on me. So let's speed. Let's
So anyway.
hasten to a close, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today.
we gonna
This is
we gonna head out.
powerful.
So anyway, birthday greetings. Go happy birthday to also to everybody who celebrated a birthday over the past 2 weeks. I think when we met together on last time, our last meeting together was my son's 5th birthday, the day after. So happy birthday, Dallas, again. I know we had Ronette's birthday was
Ronnie
yesterday.
Yep.
Jeff was
Yesterday?
day
Day
before.
before.
Their wedding anniversary was yesterday.
Their wedding
so
anniversary was
wedding
yesterday.
anniversary to the Darvilles who celebrated yesterday.
Were we here for Jodie's birthday? I think that was the week after Dallas.
Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, we weren't here.
So we weren't. So we got to
So
show
happy birthday to our
loyal
to our,
DGMT.
our number one loyal fan of DGMT.
Number one.
Jody Ann Henry, who celebrated, that would have been a week ago now.
Edison's son birthday today, I think, or yesterday. What is that?
Oh,
April
Vera.
7, no, 21.
Vera student?
Oh, he's a student.
Vera student.
Yeah.
When you have students 21, you get notable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I have students that are older than 21.
You old.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll be fine though.
But like I think Yasmin, somebody Yasmin taught and they married and Yasmin teach primary school. I said, boo boo, you are old.
Yeah, no,
Listen
she's
to
primary
me.
school.
When you teach primary school and your children
I
them
used to
getting married,
question if me and Princess should be friends because me and Princess would go out and grown folks would hail her. Like, yeah, that's my student. I was like, that's not possible. How? It's that you're like, me and you are clearly not, we should not be hanging out. We're not in the same, we're not company. You are definitely my senior.
No, Princess started, she started really early though.
Yes.
Princess started really early.
And then she started really early teaching grade 11s, grade 12s,
yeah,
grade 10s.
because while I was still in school, Princess came in for like a teaching practice and thing. Like she spared through the program. Like she's rocking and rolling. Anyway, so happy birthday to all of those who celebrated a birthday. And for the another side point for those who are listening via the FM dial, you're about to lose us for a few moments.
So you may want to join us
on
on
Facebook
so you don't miss anything.
or TuneIn Radio where you can hear and listen to the show while we're live. So happy birthday to all those who celebrate birthday. Happy anniversary to all the couples that celebrated. To all of you that don't celebrate, happy Halloween, happy hallelujah to you. Because I did see a church have happy hallelujah. I was like, happy hallelujah.
Also, while we're here congratulating and celebrating people, we have to shout out.
Oh, yeah, I got to celebrate some of our DGMTers who were.
Rashad,
let's put this picture up. Rashad
D-Ron Cunningham, who won
the Prime Minister's
National
Cup.
Youth Awards.
He won the Prime Minister's Cup.
But I mean, I'm Rashad old. We don't win you the what?
No, not Rashad old.
He old?
I mean, need that.
When you say old, what do you mean?
He ain't like 30. 30 something.
People, you could win something at the National Youth Awards being 30.
I mean, 30 ain't youth no more, man.
Yeah, but then you working with youth. It's not just the youth.
Oh, so he like an old person
like
with youth.
A youth with youths. The youths.
You throwing this word all around just willy-nilly.
Yeah, no,
I thought Rashad say, first of all, he's 28.
Rashad, you 28?
Rashad say, y'all look up high up youth. I say I'm 28.
Bro, you ain't no youth, but stop that nonsense. You ain't no youth.
I am a youth, 28.
I am a youth. You're not
no,
youth
but
no
then
more,
youth awards are not necessarily for young people. It's for people who work with young people
with
and young people. Yeah, so we really came to say congratulations, Rashad. And
Rashad, I also got to celebrate one of our very own, our DGMT, our lifer. One, Shauna was nominated. I don't have a picture of her thing because probably they spelled her name wrong, so no one took a picture.
My goodness.
But I'll put a picture up anyway. So we congratulate Shauna, who also was nominated for a National Youth Award.
Oh, that's a nice picture, Shauna.
Oh,
very nice.
Very nice picture, Shauna. Shauna.
Congratulations, Shauna.
Now,
Shauna's a youth.
Shauna's a youth.
Well, okay.
So
she was at Templeton when I spoke there a couple of years ago. So she's a youth.
Okay.
So once you been to school recently, That's anybody else who were nominated, who watched DGMT.
Congratulations, Rashad. Sorry, man. Use a youth.
We didn't get a picture. Congratulations to you. Continue to do the work of him that sent you and working with the youth, because I believe the children are our future.
Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Let them lead the way.
You should congratulate the whole. I mean, I on it now, but I was very proud of the attendance of the youth parade.
He's not gone right now.
Oh yeah.
That attendance was amazing.
You went?
I was preaching and things. Yeah. Sunday.
We was.
Obviously, you didn't go.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you didn't.
No, I was supposed to go, but I went home and then I took off my shoes, and that was it. I had me and Minister Marisha had big plans. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go find something to eat. Yeah, I can call you. 20 minutes later, babes, I just took off my shoes, and I cannot guarantee I'm gonna put them back on.
Yeah,
she said it was an awesome parade, though. From the videos I saw, from the clips I saw, it looked lit. It felt like, yeah, we getting life back now.
Yeah,
we getting life back.
Definitely back.
We pretty much almost nearly kind of sort of back to living life to the fullest.
Do you get the impression that employers have taken advantage of COVID and not sending people back to work, or whatever the case is? Like they just, like, I saw plenty in the U.S. I'm like, why everybody so short staffed? Like they riding this whole idea like the pandemic is still going on.
Probably.
Is that over here as well too? Like people just short staffed.
I know a lot of places, especially even as small as like gas stations, like there aren't pumping and stuff like that.
I never thought about that. I never made the connection between places being short-staffed and just taking advantage of the fact that we can now make more profit.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't need that staff anymore.
But is it a case of we're making more profit, but we're still trying to catch up for what we've lost? So let's ride that for a little bit. I'm not necessarily, I'm thinking.
We went to a restaurant while we were over there, and the wait was 35 minutes. The restaurant was empty. Like, there was no one inside it.
Where did I go recently and it happened to me? Yes, I went somewhere downtown last weekend.
So over here.
It's happening over
Which
here.
means that,
and it was like, but there's no one here. Why is it taking so long? And it was
kitchen,
breakfast food break. It's
staff,
egg and
the kitchen staff is only a couple people say like, we can't cut that fast.
And they still making the money because they turn them around fast. So they're making their money because they're lying back up outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
possibly.
I'm tired of it because it's all youth parade and everybody wild in these streets. You're also trying to ride
But then,
this
are we,
pandemic.
but then is the unemployment still like sky high? Because it's like, do you know what I mean? It's got to be, if got several places short staffed, that means we've got lots of people who are out of work. What is happening?
Christoph, this is part and parcel of the problem, Christoph.
It's just a great fit delivered by Subway 35 minutes late because they were short on drivers.
Not Craven. Everybody works for Craven these days.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of.
I
So I guess
mean,
they ain't enough.
there was one establishment where I guess lots of people order from this place. So Craven drivers just wait outside in the parking lot
Yeah.
of this particular establishment. There was like 6 cars at this one place in one location. Craven literally has half of Nassau working. Has to be.
However, the other half not inside the restaurant cooking, so you still gotta wait.
Exactly. People who was cooking, they now driving.
People who
Now, Jody is saying banks are prime examples. Banks have been that way from before COVID.
And
So
yes,
I'm not
now
gonna-
they're going to
I'm
extreme
not gonna
it.
include the
They're
bank.
just closing down. Like, you know what? We can close this
It's-
branch down
it's
completely.
worse
And then
now.
they're also doing a lot more electronic. You can do
Yeah.
this at the ATM and this at the ATM. Don't come inside for this. They're trying to reduce how many of you have to go in the bank. Jody had a recent bad experience, and she
Oh,
felt
boy.
like she had to call them out. Go on, get it off your chest, babes. Go on.
Did you bring the Jamaican accent out, Jody? That's when you know when I come strong. That's when you know it's a problem.
We still have banks with lines outside.
Outside.
Why?
It's for fashion and form.
No, it's for cheap. It's for
I have one teller.
yeah, I have one teller. That's what's going on.
I have one teller,
Yeah,
and I ain't nobody else.
I like them. They're nonsense.
I feel like the government has to step in the case, though.
And
And because if you've got an
that's what I'm
unemployment
tending
problem
towards, I
and
think they should.
establishments that don't have enough workers, it's like, no, the reason you've got a business license is because you're supposed to contribute to our economy. And part of that is to give people jobs.
I don't know if the government will do that though.
Don't they just say she was told that see they short staffed bad, and it was a 30-minute to hour wait before getting a ticket number.
Where is this?
Before getting a ticket
She's at a bank. She said before she get a ticket number, there was a 30-minute to hour wait because they were short staffed at a bank.
And what does it mean, short staff?
Now, are they
'Cause
short
there are a lot of
staffed
people-
because people aren't going to work, or short staffed because they don't have enough staff? Because short staff might be we're in a season of flu and everybody's calling sick. That's a problem we have in the last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I see
You
y'all.
talking about what happened to her yesterday?
Y'all call them bank names out. They can't put y'all thing on. Y'all can't call the people bank name out.
They got people back name out?
Yeah, and they calling them trash.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Now, one thing about me, I do not subscribe to that belief. Call them out.
No, we need ads for the station.
Call them out.
We need ads. We need them seeing bank.
Okay.
We
I
need them
mean, I
seeing
like-
bank.
They need to stop being trash
Couple of
before we
banks seem
advertise
like
them.
they trying to leave the country though. So I know how much longer they could be.
We're not putting on no ads for no
They-
trash
they trying to
bank.
leave.
That's
Let's
the
go.
next
We need to
thing.
go up people like, some people now tell them open some bank. Like, tell Bamboo open a bank, man.
Bamboo needs to
Yeah, Bamboo bank.
I mean, there's a company that's open
I like-
that's doing banking for
Island.
all the family islands.
yeah,
Exactly.
they smoking out too.
They,
That's the Bamboo Bank right there.
that's the real bank right
Let me. I would have to see bank personnel to use the accent. Oh Lord Jesus! The machine
Oh, so-
can't
so-
register.
oh,
and
Lord,
she's
so you got
mad.
it.
I hear you,
there. That's
Jody.
even worse. I mean, you ain't talking
Christoph
to
pulling
nobody.
out bank names, and apparently we can't post them.
But you know we gotta. I mean, I for me to deposit a check in the bank, I gotta spend like $5 something like that, some kind of crazy stuff for me to.
Oh,
For me,
I've
after
been-
toting the line, I didn't tote the line. Is tote or tote?
Tote.
It ain't
Oh,
tote.
you're supposed to toe the line.
Let's toe
but
the
they didn't
line.
say you tote the
We
line.
told the line.
Let's say the proper word is tote.
Yeah.
But I was toting the line.
No, but
We
then
told it.
towing the
We
line
carry with
is
us.
different.
We carry the line.
Tote
No,
the line
tote
with
the line
us.
is different from standing in the line. So I think tote the line could go. You can make that
God
work.
damn it, we told
Let's
the
go,
line.
let's
I
go.
towed that line for 20 minutes in that bank, and I didn't want to do this, but I need some money right away to get to my account. When I get there, the guy can tell me, "Oh, sorry, Bishop, you should have gone to the machine," because I had like 8 checks.
You didn't know that? You knew that. You were just hoping they were going to waive the fee.
No, I don't. No, I
You
don't.
didn't know you
You
could.
know,
I always drop my
you
checks
always drop it
off.
off, yes.
But it's
Right.
the first time.
Oh, but you didn't know they would charge you, and you
wouldn't
needed the
charge
money
me.
right away.
Like,
Oh.
I mean, you're already using my money, feeling up my money. I come in and
Fool,
out
everyone
to deposit
Feeling
this
up.
check. That's all they're doing, feeling about money.
Honestly, and do you know what?
That is ludicrous.
Well, I was going to sing the wrong national anthem just now. The point I'm trying to make is I love the Bahamas, but if there's something that's going to tip me over the edge, it'll be the bank. The fact that my money is sitting doing nothing and y'all are taking from it,
Take it from it.
that blows my
I'm
mind.
making money from what they're taking.
Can
they
you
take,
believe
They take
that?
your money, get a whole heap of
To
interest off
breathe
your money.
bank air.
and give you nothing.
You guys are charging me. I'm baffled. I put money in an account because I had a specific intention for that money. It literally took half an hour for that figure I had just put in
Yeah.
to be decreased by some stamp tax, trash tax, breathe tax, something tax. Bizarre. I have accounts that I've had from I was 12 years old in the UK, and whatever I put in there back then is still sitting there. Ain't moved. Maybe got 1% interest every year.
Wow.
Hasn't moved, not been touched.
Some transactions I was doing, they tell me today it can cost $35. I say for my money
To what?
To do what? What is it?
some I was doing no the different.
That was
the amount of-
internationally.
No,
No way. There's no way he was paying
man, I like, but y'all
What?
y'all
Oh
can
my
go to
God.
hell at least for a day. That's what they will say.
Yeah, at least.
You can go to hell for at least a day, man.
At least a day.
I agree.
At least a day.
Terrell says he doesn't know. Banks are weird. There'd be a line inside and out and still only 2 tellers. And
Yep.
but Secu trying to do his best.
And that's
He
key
said,
job.
what you want to do, baby?
That
What
it
you
was
trying
a
to
key
do?
job.
Secu, you don't know why. Come from around me, man.
And then my bank first grade when they get rid of Dropbox.
No, sir, we don't call him back. We're not calling
No,
back
no,
names.
they get rid of Dropbox.
Of like for checks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh, you have to use ATM.
you have to use ATM.
Yeah, because come on, you got to level up. Post-COVID, y'all need to use these electronics and these
No,
technologies.
But they just get rid of Dropbox like a couple weeks ago.
The Dropbox was for the COVID, so I'm gonna come see you. Let's put it in
Oh,
there and I can leave.
goodness.
Let's go there. Put in Dropbox. It's very convenient for me. See the man's in the
Judy
mud.
says she wants to open a bank, but she can need a bank first. Support this notion. The people of God. The people of God, we need our own bank. I don't know why banks can't have ATMs that are for withdrawals only if they insist on people paying their mortgages in 3 loans at the ATM.
At the ATM.
Oh my goodness. Open it. That's your phone or mine?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Crystal said mass confusion taking place. Say feeling up my money. Has to be. Listen, I don't talk about the banking situation in the Bahamas often because it brings out my ugly side. And I try not to. I try to keep that under wraps and under lock for as long as possible. But when it comes to banking in the Bahamas, that is.
I had one.
That grinds my gears.
Thankfully, I had one bad experience. And that one bad experience was just my money being stolen.
I have a bad experience every time I look at my account and see how much you
I was
charge
ready to
me
take
for
from
staff
it, for
tax.
staff tax, yeah. No, I had a bad experience with my money being stolen from but that was one of those Canadian banks. That was our own bank, yeah. And it took me longer than normal to get it back. I had to make a lot of calls and find friends and
I done been on this
pressure.
show and told my story.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm not gonna start it up again.
We don't want to come back.
I
out.
just want y'all to know. Ever since I left that establishment, I've had peace of mind. However, I kept that account for the purpose of cashing checks.
Ah,
If ever I'm in a situation
Yeah,
and I
maybe
have a
that.
check.
uh,
And has it proved worth it? I know how much money I've lost just for having the account.
Christoph, listen to me. That is, if anything else, and I understand.
If
I
you
understand
could
the teller,
get up and go to lunch, when you see the line that long, you could kill.
but I understand the teller's like, no, I've been here for a long time. I need to go. So I understand
Yeah, but
to
you've
some
been here
extent.
for a long time working as slow as a snail.
That is
You've
true.
been here from 9 o'clock,
That's also
gone
true.
on lunch at 1, and you've seen 6 customers in 4 hours. So no, I don't feel for you, teller. I'm not understanding
is-
and empathetic.
That is very, very true point.
Thank you. Slow as a snail.
Slow.
Get up out of the chair. Okay, let me go check something.
And then they like, can you just
Slowly push out
just
the chair
give me 1 second.
and clap and shimmy in and shake it to go and find the manager, to go and ask the question, to come back and tell me the answer, and then shimmy and shake to go and solve the problem. No.
Yeah, no, you're like. Anyway,
Sorry, we
say,
got
but
left. How
beer-
did we even get
say
there?
Bob ATM's always down. They have the real strange fire. Strange fire.
Christopher, you know you're an icon because
Oh.
literally the things you
So
say.
Toy got tips. Toy say I have a stamp tax solution for you, Vera. So we should talk to Toy off there.
Hold on, let me move my camera to the side. Do tell. Because I really believe all DGMTers want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Defend us, Vera.
Christoph, I do try my best. Listen, we've been on for 48 minutes and we have not yet talked about our topic. Before we talk about our topic today, let me give you the background. Let me explain how we got to this point. Because I feel like we got to give the people a bit of context.
The context for
A little bit of context. Should we throw it up on the screen first?
No, go to context.
Give the context or throw it up on the screen?
Give the context first.
So Delton and I spend our week coming across or stumbling upon
Teens.
interesting teens on social media. Of course, is what DGMT is
Yeah.
about. Memes, videos, posts, news stories, and we send them to one another. And what we noticed that in the last couple of weeks, there was a pattern in the things that we were sending to each other. And we noticed that in one specific area or in one specific aspect of church life, we are maybe need to go back to the drawing board, because it seems as if our PR is going a little bit crazy. And I'm really glad that Christoph is on the live, because we have, on the one hand, we're trying to raise the bar in our kind of media, our flyers, the way we use social media to advertise our services and push out the message of Christianity and the love of Jesus on one hand. So we're trying to encourage churches to stop using Word and Publisher and
using Microsoft.
Come on, using Microsoft
flyers?
Microsoft anything.
What y'all doing?
Like, come on, come up higher. And then on the other hand, we got some places, some churches that just be doing too much.
The most.
And so Delton and I going back and forth, and it was one PR disaster after the next. I think we got to about 4 or 5 where we realized, we got to talk about this.
Yeah. So I'll put one up. This is the one that I think that started it for me. Because it's an old one. That's the thing.
Because I posted this to Delton a long time and he didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
You talking about the one with the banner?
No, I mean the one with the one I sent you. What is the topic for the day?
Oh, okay.
So the topic for the day is what I'm talking about. So the topic
real church graphic designers use Excel. What?
Excel.
I'm confused.
If you could do that in someone in Excel, listen to me. You deserve that money. If you pull that off, a table,
how is that even possible?
With that table and the row of columns, you deserve that money.
Sorry, I'm leaning back in this chair. It's probably not appropriate, but
you can come. Yeah, that's a camera. I mean, next camera. There you go. So let me show you what we saw. What I saw that made me be like, hold on now. Like this is a bit much, guys. Where did it go? Just gone.
I mean, I saw it.
I saw it too. Give me a second,
saw
guys.
it.
I tell you, technology is not technology in today.
Sorry, what? It sounds like you've not checked. It's got nothing to do with the technology. All
right, so this is from 2014. This is when this one came out. So this is what it said. This is where we get our topic from for today. Y'all can see all my stuff open. Should I do that? No, take it off. Y'all want to do that. All right, so a church billboard, trying to get our stuff together. Sorry, everybody. I'm usually more prepared than this.
Denisha say, let me switch generation real quick. Because Julie say, I blame the Gen Zs. I'm with Julie.
You blame Gen Zs?
I blame the millennials. But Gen Zs too. I think the Gen Zs are the ones.
All right, so anyway, it's not staying up. I don't know what's happening. I know what's happening. The internet is not internet. But it was a billboard from a church, and it said, I love sex, God. So it meant like it was a quote. They put it up as if it was a quote from God. That God was saying, I love sex. And then it was apparently, it didn't stay up. For some reason, I'm trying to do something else right now to get to stay up. For some reason, it didn't stay up.
The Chinese heard you.
What's the Chinese?
They saw what you was trying to do.
So it said, I love sex. And then it said God. So in other words, a quote from God, and this was apparently the sermon series that the pastor was going to be on for a while. And getting a billboard, it was a billboard that's in their city. So how you see when you drive on the highways and this humongous billboard that you see, that's what it was. And it kicked up some mess in the church because people was like, what are you doing? What's the problem? And then Vera sent me one.
So we can't put that one on the screen? It's not coming up.
I'm going to try again. I'm not going to give up.
You want me to? Don't give up.
No way tired.
You send it to me on WAPS?
No, you send it to me.
No, I love.
I'm gonna drop off this internet for a second and try another internet, people. All right, so this one here.
And I'm gonna read.
All right, so this one here is one that Vera sent to me.
I'm gonna read the caption. All right. So this post, this story was on the Washington Post's Instagram page, and it says $100 million effort launched this year is blanketing cities and the web, aiming to redeem Jesus's brand from the damage done by some of his followers. Billboards with messages like "Jesus let his hair down too" and "Jesus went all in too," have been posted in major markets like New York City and Las Vegas, and ads featuring black and white online videos about Jesus as a rebel, an activist, or a host of a dinner party have been viewed more than 300 million times, according to organizers. The He Gets Us campaign, funded by the Signatory, a Christian foundation based in Kansas, will expand in the next few months with an updated website and online store where people can get free gear if they forgive someone or welcome a stranger, and an outreach program for churches, all leading up to a Super Bowl ad. John Lee, one of the chief architects of the campaign, said organizers hope to start a movement of people who want to tell a better story about Jesus and act like him. Read more by tapping the link in our profile.
So, Tony said Jesus spent all, and it makes me feel like Jesus was a gambler.
That's what they're trying to make you feel.
And that's what they say. Like Jesus spent, he put all his cards on the table.
Yeah.
He pushed all in.
He went all in, and then Jesus. What was the other one? Jesus let his hair down
Jesus
too.
let his hair down too. Yeah. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Now the I Love Sex one, the church, first of all.
What was the context of that one?
It was a series that the pastor was going to be on.
Where did you send that to me on Instagram?
I sent it to you on the WhatsApp.
So you can't find it, eh?
I did, but that one, I think the Google's trying to stop me from.
Google does not want you to be great. What did I say?
From
What did I tell you? It was the.
They don't want me to be great. All right, so let me try. I will try.
So yeah, we can call the name of the church.
Yeah, it was
Restored Church. So Restored Church has paid for this billboard, and there you go. Boom.
Yeah, I was
a billboard that says God Loves Sex was put up Wednesday, and it didn't take long for people to take notice. A non-denominational church.
All right, sorry. I'm just going to read the whole thing. There you go.
Yeah, why not? A non-denominational church in Wilkes-Barre put up the billboard and is already doing what is intended to do, attract attention, mainly because it says God loves sex.
Yep. So that's the billboard. A new sermon series. This was from 2014, and it just popped up again on my Facebook this week. It's people was like, "What do you think about this?" People was like, "They love it. They love it too." I don't think they meant the billboard. I don't think they were saying they love the billboard too. I think they agreed. With
My.
Now, in all honesty,
so are we talking about each
did
billboard
the billboard,
separately?
did the billboard
or are we gonna talk
lie?
about this? Now, guys, y'all know. When Delton said it to me, and what did you send? When he sent it to me, I said, "But Delton, did the billboard lie?" That's the first question. Because as much as we're outraged, as much as we don't like it, is the billboard telling any lies? Is it misrepresenting God? You might argue, yes, DGMT is. Do you feel like this is a misrepresentation? Because I think that's the key. Personally, you might look at something and be outraged or think it's provocative. But I think 9 times out of 10, that's what they're going for. They're going for provocative. They're going for, what's the word? Fueling or engaging people's curiosity. Because this is how I feel. I feel like before I say whether I agree with these billboards or not, I would say a Christian isn't going to see that and become no longer a Christian. A believer isn't going to see that and be like, you know what? They've misrepresented God. And so because of the misrepresentation, I am going to walk away from the faith, right? A non-believer is going to see that and be like, misrepresentation or correct representation, or I'm curious. And in fact, my curiosity might cause me to find out more about this representation of God. Let me find out where this is going. The danger is if there's no follow through, if there's no way in which a person sees this and can follow through to find out the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The danger with social media is we only take things in bites.
Exactly.
Picture bites, sound bites, video bites. So the problem is now, as much as it is, I think it does the job. It gets people curious. Christians are going to be outraged, but you're not our audience anyway. So go away with being outraged.
Go to your church.
Go to your church. Like, you don't even come to Restored Church.
Go to your church.
We've gone to the wrong side of it.
Sorry.
Slide over.
Slide on over.
So you're on our audience. However, I feel like there needs to be some check and balance as to how we ensure that there's a follow through. Now, this campaign, the other one about Jesus went all in and all that kind of stuff, it seems like they've designed follow through. Like they've got a website and
Yeah.
they've got, free merch and things like that, which I guess appeals to Denisha them and her generation.
That generation.
But a lot of people's comments for the other one, not this one, the other one was, y'all are spending $100 million on this campaign. You could feed the poor with this campaign. Like, you could have spent that money in ways that were
Definitely, yeah.
maybe more immediately impactful, and you can actually measure your impact. You've just thrown $100 out there.
$100 million.
Wishfully, $100 million out there, wishfully thinking. Whereas if you gave food to a homeless person
personal
and
touches.
had a one-to-one conversation and told them the gospel of Jesus Christ, that could have had more of an impact than, that money could have been spent in ways that were more impactful. Now, y'all I know want to talk about the message itself. The messages itself. Jesus went all into. Jesus let his hair down too. I love sex, God. So Toya says it's not a lie, but it's out of context. But in a world where we are only consuming things in bites, how much context can you really give?
Yeah.
How much context can you really give? So what they're trying to do is reach a wide audience.
Especially for this
with
size. 'Cause,
minimal.
on these billboards, like you gotta put like a long sentence.
Right. For God so
It's gotta
loved
be-
the world that he
yeah.
gave. From you say for God, that's already too much
Yeah.
old language for these
For once,
Gen Z
first of
kids.
all, I look at the size. He sex. First thing I see. I'm now curious. What's the site about?
Jody says it reads more, and I guess she's talking about the previous one. It reads more. Actually, I wonder if that applies
I
to
said
this
it
too.
could apply to this one. I think this one more than anything else.
No,
Condoning?
because condoning sex isn't something that you don't condone. Sex outside of marriage, that is not condoned.
Oh, you need some more words for it to be condoning.
I don't know. Jody says it reads more
You need
condoning
some
than
more words on the
redeeming.
side.
Then she says, I think that particular billboard was just for the shock factor. I think all of them are for the shock factor. I
Yeah.
mean, the ones that we're talking about today. But, like, after the shock factor, what happens? I don't know how I feel about it, Denisha said. They could have worded it differently. Denisha, give us an alternative. Because we're trying to think, measure, purpose against practice. Like, what were they trying to achieve and what did they do? If they worded it differently, would they have achieved what they were trying to achieve? Y'all don't like it, but they were trying to achieve shock.
And
They were trying to achieve outrage. They were trying to achieve, what? This doesn't make any sense. Let me find out what they mean. That's
Yeah.
what they were trying to achieve.
clickbait, as we call it.
Very, very good. Jesus made it quite clear who he was sent for.
And was it us?
But then Dana's like, these billboards that appeal to non-believers
They doing their
actually
job.
match up with the fact that Jesus came for the ones that didn't know him.
There's a part of me that definitely loves this PR, right?
Dana also says he loves it.
You love the billboard. You love what the billboard is saying. What is
Oh.
that? What's the it thing? Where do you say the day? Where do you say it?
Personally,
What
I
exactly
love
what you?
it. What are you talking
What
about?
is it
Like,
that
what are
you're
you
talking
talking
about?
about today?
You love the practice of the billboards. You love what this billboard is saying. Well, what exactly is the it, Dana? I know for me, there's the Rock Church in Houston. If you watch the Houston Rockets, you love all of it. If you watch, side point, Dana, y'all did an amazing job for the memorial service for Lee Calendar. I think I can send the link, Vera. We had our Bahamian 3 tenors.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Dana was one of them.
Oh no, Dana's a major move and shake it
Well,
in the tenor world.
In the tenor, in the tenor
In the
community.
tenor community, major mover and shaker. It was him, John Darville, and I can't remember the last guy's name.
Oh, I like a good tenor. I like a good tenor trio.
I did my
quartet.
favorite song.
What song? Road Teams Rough? Oh, my goodness.
That's my song. That's my jam.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's your jam.
right
That's your jam.
So anyway, there's the Rock Church in Houston. Most of the Houston Rockets game, who's an NBA team, there's parts of the game where the commercials are sponsored by them, and I love it. Where if you're watching the game in Houston or on the Houston channel, their logo and thing comes up on the screen. A little ad for the church comes on the bottom of the screen, like how they put the scoreboard. You'll see the Rock Church Houston. You'll see like stuff.
But
show
what
up on
kinds
the
of
screen.
ads are they sponsoring?
No, they sponsor the game, not the ads.
Oh.
Like they sponsor like the segment of the game
Right.
is brought to you by the Rock Church.
Oh, I like it.
love
But that's not bad PR. That's just PR.
that. And to me, I mean, I love that kind of where the church goes into the secular world
Right.
for these PR
Okay.
kind
I
of
see what you're
moments.
saying. See what you're saying.
When Gerard Rigby, that's his name. That's the third channel. When you have the church like infiltrating these systems with ads, because we don't expect to see a church ad at the basketball game. We
Right.
don't expect to see a church ad at the Super Bowl.
I see where you're going.
So for those kind of stuff, where they're using this PR, of course, it's a lot of money. It's going to cost money, but it costs money to win people. We got to admit that. Now, however, I think where I am a bit iffy on these topics, when you're doing these just to be seen and you're not doing them based upon a leading from God. That is my problem. Because if you're just doing this because you have the money to do it, or you're doing this because you've been instructed that, hey, get this message out and do what you can. And I wish I probably got to ask the pastor, like, where's that line between the church needs to do PR and if we lift him up, he will draw all men.
Oh.
So where do we draw that line between?
We're gonna leave this on the screen for the whole time.
I'll turn it off.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I get that we're being provocative this morning. I'm here for it this afternoon. I'm all right
So
with that. I just want to
my only
check.
question is, where should we draw that line?
Now, Delton.
Oh, it should there be a line?
Delton, I'm gonna ask you, right? You're talking about the fact that, that if they have the money to do it, the fact that they have the money to do it, they're just doing it and aren't necessarily spirit-led, or,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Aren't doing it on instructions. Is it everything PR that needs to be done on instruction? Some of it is just common sense, common knowledge. Like when you're designing a flyer now, and you decide, let me go with this picture of Pastor and Robin and this background, Pastor Denzel and Lady Robin are wearing, I don't know, orange. So
Yeah.
I can go with orange, pinky, reddy
flare,
background,
or
little
something,
flare with the light that flashes. Because the glare is now it's trendy.
It's definitely trendy.
It's trendy.
So people
So
wanna
you're
get that too.
doing what is trendy. That's on a small scale. But I guess what? Because we have more money. Because to you that flyer maybe cost, let's say, $400 to put in a booklet, right?
Yeah.
To you that $400 is a small sacrificial seed. You didn't consult the Holy Ghost for the design of that flyer.
No.
You just designed it
not-
based on
yeah.
what was trending, what is attractive to people in 2022, and they're just doing it on a much, much, much larger scale. If I got billions of dollars, 100 million for a few ads isn't a big deal.
It isn't
Like
a
you're
big deal.
telling me I should use it to feed the homeless. No, I'm actually using 200 million to feed the homeless. So you don't worry about
Now,
that.
that's the next thing.
Now so I read most of the comments from the Save folk was, but we could be using this money
To do
for
something
other
else.
things.
Yeah.
And I guess it's all relative. 100 million to you is like, I could change the world with this. It's like, no, we're changing the world with another portion of the
Yeah,
money.
no, that 100
We
million.
just allocated this 100 million to to do
to do what we want to do here.
what we want to do here. Again, this is Vera the advocate speaking. I'm being all things to all men at this point in time. Personally, I haven't said my personal view, but Jody was saying that she loves the whole advertising,
For the church on things.
the church
Yeah.
advertising during the games and stuff.
No, stuff like that, and I love to see the ads of churches when you go through the Nassau airport. I know there's Mount Tabor has a
Right,
advert in
yes,
there.
yes, yes, yes.
You
I
see
remember when I
Monroe
first came,
Global.
those things blew my mind. I was like, church people have adverts here. Loved it.
Then right after that, nice enjoy a cold click. Hey, but it's
Whatever you into, we have
whatever
it.
you into, we got here in the
Whatever
Bahamas.
you into, we have it.
It says if we're going into all the world, our next question should be where is the world and where can we reach them? So we're gonna have to
But
put
Dana,
some
you're
out.
talking about the where. This is a question of the how. The question isn't should you have an advert in Vegas. The question isn't should you have an advert in New York City. The question is what you doing with the advert in Vegas and New York City. How are you advertising in Vegas and New York City? You understand? But then Dana goes on to say, when people call my name specifically in the comments, it makes my heart, because I feel like they're coming for me. The thing is, Vera, more than likely these people are feeding the poor and doing other ministry with other funds that they have. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then, okay, let's say we're not concerned about the amount of money being spent. We're concerned about the content. I love sex. God. How y'all feel about that? That's okay? Because, as Toya said, it ain't a lie, but that's not the whole story. So, are we compelled to put the whole story? Or should we take the risk of misrepresentation again, because I'm saying, who is it being? Being misrepresented to non-believers, but they already don't believe.
Yeah.
Believers already believe. Non-believers already don't believe. So if he's misrepresented to them, nothing really changes. Now, if the misrepresentation piques their curiosity and provokes them to come to church or go on a website or follow a link.
There's been, you know, like the typical church signs, not these fancy ones here, the ones that they can move the letters around. Like I've seen some of them like over here and in international, where there's one that calling Jesus' name in bed is not going to replace coming to church. Did you see that one?
Say that again.
Calling Jesus' name and saying "Oh God" in bed doesn't replace coming to church.
No. See what I mean? Church PR is going. It's going crazy.
It's like
we've lost it.
Why?
We've lost it. But then I say we've lost it because we're part of a generation that is out of touch with that. There's a generation that will find that funny, not so offensive, because Marisha says hearing it makes her uncomfortable. I think there's a generation coming up that don't find that uncomfortable. Believers, young people, saved, who don't find that uncomfortable to hear. So is our discomfort enough? Is our discomfort enough to negate the effectiveness of something that wasn't even targeted at us? Dana says, let's define what a parable is, an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. Now, Dana, you telling me Jesus went all into has parabolic connotations or similarities? It's not giving me parable. It's not giving me parable. I get what you're saying, that Jesus wrapped up divine messages and metaphors and analogies, but this isn't a metaphor and analogy. This is saying God and Jesus. Jesus used, farmers and wedding hosts and vineyard owners and kings and poor men and rich men to represent characters. They call the name of Jesus in these things.
Yeah. So,
Latoya says, follow up with a site or a QR code. Why can't I just follow up with an invitation to church? Which is what Restored Church did.
Yeah, there's like, hey, series come in. That was funny to me. I said,
what was funny to you?
I said, do something that's not your fault. That was
you.
Did they just say no? No, find something else to say. Say find something else to say.
I love it.
Oh, they're saying that's how Jesus reached unbelievers. Does the advert in Vegas bring the gambler into the church, or do they feel like they're being given the okay to do so? Chances are anti-gambling adverts are in Vegas as well, too, as Jody says. So when you say Jesus went all in, are you telling me, okay, so Jesus went all in? Let me go all in too on the gambling table.
But I was going all in on the gambling table anyway. My behavior is not changing as a result of that.
But now you gave me for the simple-minded. I don't say simple-minded, but for the person who is looking for backing to.
But then that sounds like a believer who's not living right. That doesn't sound like a non-believer. So that's a whole different audience, because we talked about the believers who are outraged and it wasn't for them. Talked about the non-believers who are going to do what they want anyway. So they may be triggered to research, become curious, look into the website.
Yeah.
There's a third then. So I guess the danger is to the third group of people who are maybe knowers, not believers, but knowers. Know of Jesus, grew up in church.
That's that part we talk about the pastor. So that third people of the church, that third grouping.
Religious folk.
The religious folk.
The religious folk. So they know about Jesus, but they're not necessarily trying to, or maybe they are trying to live a godly life, but are actually trying to find as many back doors as possible to do what they want to do.
They want to live in a gray area.
That just sounds like young people. That sounds like everyone who's trying to find out excuses, the reason why we could do this and we can do that and we can do this.
Trying to live in a gray area. That's everybody. Who want to live in a gray area.
That's everybody who listens to DGMT. That's what DGMT is about. We had a whole series about gray areas and blurred lines.
The blurred lines.
Because that's all we're trying to do.
It's still there. We used to try to live in that. Because it's fun and it's appeasing. It's appealing to our flesh to live in that gray area.
To your flesh.
I say to our flesh to live in that gray area.
Your flesh.
Where who says I can't do this? Who says I can't do that? So there's that grouping there. So I think at the end of the day, I think for us, it's gonna be spirit led. Now, was this I Love Sex spirit led?
No, that's what I'm saying. You want to be spirit led on a wide scale. You were not spirit led when you designed the flyer, Delton. So
What you say? When you say I'm not spirit led, what are you trying to imply?
did you and
No,
then say, okay,
but
I'm picking up orange. I'm picking up orange in the spirit
I
realm.
did put on some Jesus music and put it in my headphones.
Delton, even worse, because they don't tell you can't replace. You replacing inquiring of the Holy Spirit by listening to Jesus music.
I listen to. I put my good music on. I turn off the secular music. Turn off the secular music. I put on Jesus music, and I.
Dana's really advocating for this type of PR. Denisha said, "Oh no, find something else to say." The parable concept is all about piquing the interest of those that are not normally. I don't think so. I don't think biblically that's what parables are sold as. Parables were my understanding of the reason Jesus used parables because they were weighty truths that the people's minds could not comprehend. So they were wrapped up in relatable scenarios, but not just to pique their interest. So they were scandalous. You understand what I mean? They were relatable, but they were not scandalous.
Yeah, I know they're not scandalous.
Because by the end of it, there was a very clear message like, if you were this wedding host, what would you do? If you were this vineyard owner, what would you do?
What Dana said is that these people they are using using relatable topics and stuff like that to bring people to a
but
specific
they're being
point.
intentionally misleading, though. They're being intentionally giving you half of the story. You understand? Jesus didn't give the people half; he gave them all. Whoa. I'm just playing all the sides.
FYI, for y'all who don't know, Vera preached last Sunday, so she's still on fire for Jesus. She preached last week at Life Worship Center on Sunday morning service. For those who did not know, go to Life Worship Center's page. Look up the 8 a.m. service. If you got an hour and a half, that's free. If you got an hour,
an hour and 20 something.
If you got an hour and a half, that's free. Vera preached on last Sunday.
I went to watch back and said, do you know, I didn't even want to watch it back. Let me just go to when I came on. When I came off and look at how much time. It was an hour and 20.
Oh, that's so the woman of God is on fire now. The word is bubbling in the belly. So
behave.
She break the church right
Yeah,
up.
because my bishop and his brother gone to the United States to experiment with being bishop in Vera.
Yeah.
While we were here in the trenches, y'all was off gallivanting, having a cool fun, cracking jokes and making memories.
I'm a big fan of the ratchet.
Big fan of the ratchet.
I'm a big fan of
Up in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Actually, he didn't give the people all. He gave the disciples all.
No, he gave the disciples like the deeper meaning, but he didn't give them he didn't tell them half the parable and then tell the disciples the rest of the parable. Do you understand what I mean?
People come and talk with you now.
He told the whole story. Jesus, Brian Bain on the live. Hi, Brian Bain.
Church is on fire.
Oh man,
Woo,
God bless you guys.
Chile.
Thank you so much.
Say woo, Chile.
Woo, Chile. Thank you guys. God bless you. To God be all the glory for the great things he is doing.
So what Dana's saying, I think what Dana's saying is,
Dana, I'm only arguing with you for argument's sake. I'm not necessarily I disagree with everything you're saying.
We put the I love sex God up there, which is true.
Because I love sex is the reason we had 29 views not very long ago.
Yeah, people came.
That kind of scandalous, trapsy clickbate is the reason people came.
Because they also love sex.
What?
And they thought we were going to tell them, hey, it's okay to have sex and not be married. That's not what we're here for.
Does God love sex?
Does God love sex?
Does he love sex?
Does he love
or does he want us
to love sex?
At the right time and right place?
To love sex. That's the question. What exactly are you asking? Are you asking me if God wants us to love sex?
God loves me.
God loves me.
I think God loves me, and that's why he's given me the gift of sex.
But to say that God loves sex, you think that's wrong?
I think I'm with Toya. I think that's misleading.
So God doesn't love it.
I don't think so.
I mean, everything he made here was good. So if he's good, but he still doesn't love it.
I think he loves me. I think that's one thing. Categorically, if I say I don't feel like I'm misrepresenting, twisting, giving a half story of, I think God loves me.
Full stop.
When the Bible talks about the things God loves, me.
For God so loved the world.
And faith. Me and faith. Those are things I can categorically say he loves. Some humility.
Humility.
Right.
Faith.
Faith. Me again.
So we gotta pull out that. So we're saying that.
How he get you here, Vera?
So how did he get you here?
With the gift he gave to my mother and father. Because he loved them.
He loved them himself.
And because he loved them and he wanted to love me, he gave them a tool by which I could come true. And also that they could be pleasured. Let's not pretend. I'm not here to tell any lies. But I believe it begins with his love for me.
And he needed a way by
I
which.
heart.
Oh, Julian, come with.
But
Sex is not for your good pleasure. He didn't give it because he loves you.
Why did he give it, Judy? Because he loves himself?
How does this conversation get here?
That's what
now y'all breaking down the people I'm saying all the
that's
way.
what the people wanted to talk about.
So now y'all breaking down the people saying all the way. So what we're saying now is that was just by means.
Now, Juliet, I disagree. I don't think it's solely for our good pleasure, but I believe it is for our good pleasure.
He says not.
She said it's not for your good pleasure. He didn't give it.
No, it's definitely for your good pleasure.
But it's not solely for your good pleasure.
Not solely for your good pleasure.
Judy, qualify this latter half of the statement.
I think
he didn't give it because he loves you.
I could be wrong, but I think most creatures that God made, I think we are the only ones that just do it for fun.
No, you can't tell me dogs aren't having a good time.
They're having a good time, but I think that happens for a reason. Like they're not like
not those male dogs.
They don't.
My next door neighbor's dog, she's a slut. And you know what makes me mad? I'm sorry. It's because it's something that traumatizes me. Because when she's on heat, she comes to my yard.
Yeah, that's when.
Go to where you come from with that. What you were doing. There was one day, Delton, if I wasn't saved and full of the Holy Ghost, I genuinely thought there were demons outside my window. But because I'm sure of my salvation and I know I'm covered in the blood, I was just peaceful. But all I could hear was, but it was coming from around the room. It wasn't just on one side. Like it was just heavy breathing around my room in the darkness.
What is happening?
I said, Satan has the brazenness to manifest in my life in this way. It wasn't Satan. It was China. My next door neighbor's dog. And all the neighborhood dogs that came around. But we digress.
There was a line?
Yeah. You didn't hear what I said.
Trying to open for business?
I said what I said. She found safety in your yard. Maybe her owner has run them. But Julie, for a good 5 seconds, I said, is this the devil? So is this what we are going to do? I was ready to Ebo Shoko. And then I realized, that's the dog. Plenty dogs.
It's a lie.
I mean, Delton, heavy breathing. My windows were closed. They were not open. My windows were closed.
Yeah, but that's during the season. That is during the time that is being
you're right.
predestined for them to have children.
Right.
So they have that for children.
So you're saying that humans are the only creatures that just can have it.
Just be like, just tomorrow make okay. Dogs, that's not going to happen for China tomorrow or the day after. That's going to happen at certain moments.
Humans, because of the fact that we're also intelligent beings, they found ways, for the most part, to do it without procreating. They found ways to limit and lessen your ability. We figured out the right time
solely
to
for
do
pleasure.
It. Right. To only make it solely for pleasure. But maybe it wasn't designed. I don't know. And now, because of the things we eat and global, I don't say global warming, but all the things, like the things that have changed about the way we live means our bodies, if you're not procreating as a result of it, that's because there's something in your body that may be off balance.
Well, yeah.
Does God love coffee?
Sorry,
let's go back. I skipped down.
Yeah, you got to.
Adam was like, God, man, why not?
What?
I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, and God was like...
And God was like, because y'all don't listen. But anyway, everything called Adam, go ahead. There's a lot of eisegesis.
Yeah.
Eisegesis. Janelle said, wowzers. I'm sorry, Janelle. As Janelle's like my new boss. Like, secretly, she's my new boss. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was very judgy, Vera. She found safety in your yard. Let's go with that then.
Yeah,
so is our God concerned about our pleasure, the pleasure of squirrels and eagles and hippopotamus? Or is it hippopotami?
Let's go hippos.
Let's go with hippos. You thought he came to tempt you. Julie, not to tempt me. I thought he was coming full on attack. I thought he wanted to go sparring that night. I was like, let's go. And I was like, it was just a dog.
Just China.
Just China.
Just China and
But
France.
I was ready. I was like, you want to come breathing heavy outside? This is not a Nigerian movie. What do you think this is? This is real life, devil. I'm ready.
It's just China and 10 of the closest friends. It's just China and 10 of the closest
China
friends.
was throwing a block party. She was throwing a block
Throwing that
party.
thing in a
I don't
circle.
think they should have worded it that way. Need more words and context for that sign. But then having more words and context, Christoph, as someone who designs things,
Yeah, that defeats
you know,
the
it
purpose.
defeats the purpose. Once
For-
you have too many words, no one's going to read it.
For a large, and that's for a billboard for on the highway. So you gotta be quick. You gotta say what you want to say to get my attention.
So my thing is, I agree with you, all right, but I think I'm not going to pretend I don't know what they were trying to do. They were trying to shock us. They were
Yeah.
trying to outrage us. They were trying to pique our curiosity. Like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? That's exactly what they were trying to
And then
do.
he's like, "Come find out."
If you do it another way, then you're not doing what you're trying to do. That's how I feel. Jody says, Jody who's super deep, so everybody listen now. It does misrepresent God, though, because he gave the condition in which sex honors him.
Hun. Hun.
No, I think she meant
Yeah.
him, not Hun. I understand what you're saying, Jody. So it's this idea that they only told half the story. You've got to give more context for this sign to be permissible. So then we just no sign. No provocative signs,
So no
man.
sex, no sex signs.
Please tell your neighbor, dog ain't no puppy.
Oh, so
Honestly,
tell me a dog
Brianne,
name here.
please tell me your neighbor, dog ain't no puppy. No, China's a grown woman.
Grown woman. So she's.
And if she wasn't before, she is now.
They made a woman on the. They made a woman. Oh, we get here, man. How did we get
You
here?
know, I use DGMT as therapy. I just get some things off my chest. Because you were talking about creatures.
Yeah.
And how other creatures. Yes, there was context. I didn't come pick it up from nowhere. Okay, Dwayne, to be truthful, I believe dolphins do it for pleasure thing as well. Now, oh gosh. Okay, you guys are good at science. Let's stay focused. That's a broad topic, though. Find another way. Use a reel. Okay, Christoph with the solutions. The US got LED screens all over. Target them.
But Christoph, my LED screens require me to be on a stoplight to be to catch for everything they're saying. So if I'm on a highway doing about 75, well, that's above the speed limit. Sorry, doing about 70. I was at one point I was doing about 90 something. I didn't even know I was doing 97 miles per hour. Anyway, I digress.
Indeed.
If you on the highway doing 75, I gotta do something to just catch your attention real quick to make you be like, hold on, what did I just see?
You're going to post this at the end of the show because it's hilarious. You really
What's
should.
that is?
The thing you just
I don't-
said to me. Please. Dwayne will appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
so,
Jody.
so it was like, let me put someone there real fast. I can get you driving on the highway that you can look up and be like, hold on. I mean, the church name was bigger than that part. Keep that in mind. The church name, whatever the church name.
The logo.
The logo of the church, relationship. whatever church it was,
Restore
Restore
Church.
That part was bigger than the sign. So the I Love Sex God took up, if we do in thirds, took up about 1/3 of the sign. The other 2/3 was the church name. So that part there caught your attention, but if you're driving fast enough, so I give the graphic designer credit because proportionally you can see the church name more than you see the I Love Sex. So I Love Sex catch your part, you can see sex because we loose. That's why people came on our show today. They saw sex and it's like, hey, I like it. What we talking about?
Christoph say, first of all, the church logo, I ain't even liked it. So that's I cannot. Oh, DGMT is. I love y'all, babe. Y'all keep me thoroughly entertained.
Oh, gosh.
So we got Dana Camp. Dana Camp say, listen, appealing to unbelievers, using things that pique their interest and their curiosity is part of what we're supposed to be doing. We need to get them, win the loss at any cost.
At any cost.
The flip side is this is an irresponsible way to market because of the risks that are attached. Yes, you might pique the interest of some non-believer. However, there are people who are maybe on the fence, agnostics, religious, knowers rather than believers, who will misinterpret and misconstrue and feel like they've been given permission to do certain things or
whatever they
live
wanna
certain
do.
lifestyles.
Yeah.
So those are our two camps.
So who we go with?
Who we going with?
If I saw that sign, I wouldn't think nothing of it. But that's just me, though. I'm sort of a.
You all honestly, Delton.
That's the kind of person.
Sometimes
I
I'd be worried about that because Delton's like, I didn't react to that. I
Because
didn't think anything
people do
was that.
peoply things, so I'm not going to react. I was just like, oh, okay. So I'd love to be like, okay, if I was this person, how would I feel? If I'm Delton, Delton sees that, and I'm going to look at the church afterwards. When I stop driving, I'm going to look at the church, see what the church does.
Julianne Rowe has given us an excellent analogy or scenario to explain the dangers of this kind of publicity. She said, and Julianne, honestly, I couldn't put it better myself. Some poor couple not being married,
Yeah.
headed to convention in another state, was fighting the urge the whole road trip.
The whole time.
They've been playing Kirk on Blast. They've been playing Maverick City. They've been doing their best to keep their minds stayed on the Lord. Till they saw that sign and thought God was giving them a sign.
I was like,
That's
hey.
the sign. I know what's in your mind. Let's go. Juliana say. I was waiting for it. We needed at least one of them
At least
today.
one today.
At least one of them today.
Yeah,
Jody said she would love to know how many people have since been to Restored Church as a result of the sermon series.
Let me see. I didn't look now online.
Not a sign, that was confirmation.
that time was confirmation.
That was confirmation.
It's like, oh,
It was in my heart all along.
like for
Lord.
true
My
Jesus?
God.
All right. I hear you, Lord.
Now, Julie, you'd like to think if they were on their way to convention, they've had good church teaching. So they would know that there's a bigger picture. They would know they can't just take that at face value. It was for attention, but all attention ain't good attention, Brianne says.
I look at Restored Church online. They got like 5,000 likes and 5,100 followers on the face of book.
On the Book of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can find their live.
I'm gonna see right now.
Their live stream.
I'm gonna
While I
find
read
their live
Brianna's
stream.
comment. It was for attention, but not all attention. But all attention ain't good attention. They wanted the views up, and it actually did that. What I would love to know is the message that came after that sign. Was there even one? Dana says, well, in that case, it wouldn't have taken... Like, if the billboard was all it took, it wasn't, honestly,
Y'all were probably
you was
prepared.
going to see the light turn green just as you got to it and be like, that's the Lord giving us the green light.
He's
He's giving us the go ahead.
All right, so I look at their live. Got a strong 21 comments, 2 shares.
No.
And most of them comments about
No,
it.
why? Do you know why? Because the
from-
saints actually go into the house.
They go to the house.
Convention taught on something else that week. My goodness. Janelle coming to paragraph. Nice to see you on the live this morning, Janelle. It's like, this time good for you? Like, this time works for you? It's good for you? I think it was a bit too much. We get angry at worldly people, atheists and agnostics, etc., when they make fun of our Christian principles and beliefs. But then you do this and involuntarily tell them it's okay. We Christians make fun of God too. Ooh, that's heavy.
Jesus.
That is heavy. My
Wow,
God.
Janelle, tell us how you really feel.
As Julie said, think about the immature believer. Janelle, that paragraph was paragraphing. That was weighty.
Tell us how you really
Jody,
feel.
that's why you got to tell the people fill out the visitor's card. We would have the stats if the visitors completed the form. How did you hear about us?
Did God with the sex billboard? Was that how you came to join life today?
God.
Was that it?
Oh,
Is
man.
How
Julianne,
did you hear about our church? I saw it on the side.
Julianne, you are making many valid points. So, Dana, it sounds like you're outnumbered. Dana, it sounds like only you are for this kind of publicity and PR, church PR. It's gone a little
Sound
bit
like
too
Air Bells
far.
is saying this right here. You know.
You want to do what you want to do. This not Burger King. You can't have it your way.
You can't have it your way. Let's
Can't have it your way.
say Burger King.
Nah, this is snob.
So you want to do what you want to do.
Can't have it your way.
It's a Burger King. You can't do it. Chris, I'll say that sign that's being restored. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So
So
no
no more.
provocative signs then.
No more provocative signs. No more silly church PR. No more doing too much. But you know what? This reminds me of like back in the day when, back in the DGMT days, when we talked about how the bishop of social media church, Mike Todd, did the "What you doing? Where you at?" as his
As an invite to church.
as his invite to church. I think we're seeing sprinkles of this kind of trying to grab what is trendy and hot and relevant in the world and maybe twist it to bring it and invite or welcome, entice people to church. I was doing what I usually do in my downtime and watching old DGMTs, and a quote from Minister Yasmin came up in that particular show, and I was like, that is the answer right there. She said, the glory is always attractive. But the question is, if they don't come to the house, how will they ever get the glory?
How
are we going to get them in?
We have to get them there.
My thing is, but that was in response to what we do in church. Like in church, stop doing too much.
Yeah.
Y'all stop doing the most. However, how do we get them in?
Billboards?
In 2022. It's a different lot. Denisha, them, Gen Z, that's a whole, they're a different set.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It seems like nothing. There's a generation that is rising up that don't know. I don't know anything about church. I'll say like that. So it's like there's nothing about church that attracts them. Them say like, if you sent me that flyer, you were on a flyer the other day, and normally that flyer would have been like, oh, this can be booked right out. Now I see a flyer, and what I want to see is this can be streaming. If this will be streaming, I can check it online. Other than that, I ain't coming. You could have your little giveaways at church. You could have like whoever bring the most people at church this week, you get this. That don't work no more. You can say, let's give out some money. We give out some money to people like that. It's like, give her the money on a Friday.
But that's why this is not about church. That's why this was never really about getting people to come to church. This was about getting the believer to live out the Christ-like, live out Christ's nature everywhere they go.
Yeah.
So I don't have to entice you to church. You just see my life and be like, I need to do what she's doing.
What else are you doing?
I want to see what's making her, you know. When people see my skin, they'll be like, "What do you use?"
Jesus.
My skin is the advert. You know what I'm saying?
The glow?
The glow.
The glow.
The natural glow. My goodness, my gracious me. It's been a while since someone asked me, what do I put on my skin? It's probably a sign of getting old. It's been a while.
Like no one cares anymore. Yeah, okay. That one time I remember you asked me to do a flyer for like church, and I said you this. I put it on screen now. This is the flyer that you need at church right here. this is right here. Blah, blah, blah. This is what you need for your flyer to come to church.
Delton sent me that, and as much as I was super irritated at the fact that I had to ask him yet again for a flyer for this particular event, when he sent me that, I was rolling. I was like, wait, keep that, because we can need that like, one day. One fateful day. Blah, 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 blah. Just come to church.
Like, that's all. I put a dress. I need it.
Oh, my God. Jody, come with the deepness.
That's all you need, man. Just come to church. It's like,
Let's read these quick comments really quickly. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Just come to church. Delton, send me that. I can put it on my page tonight for tomorrow. We need a bigger card, Delton. With them check boxes. How did you hear about us? Did you hear about us? A kikiing on DGMT. Talking all your business on Girl Talk.
On Girl Talk. Exposing your life on Girl Talk.
Life on Girl Talk.
Getting riled from pastors.
Getting riled by Pastor Denzel and Pastor Aquino on one-on-one.
Like,
all the various ways you could have possibly heard about Life Worship Center. Dana said, oh, well. Is he still a big thing? I haven't seen him on socials recently. Who? Reverend Colby? No, he's going through it.
Yeah.
But once in a while, a clip comes to me. Because the most recent one is, no, he's all right.
Yeah, no, but Kobe, he had a little issues with that. He
had a few things. And I mean, it was only a matter of time.
He doesn't die off.
It's only a matter of time. Man, Todd don't wear shirts nowadays. Oh, gosh. He's already climaxed with his creativity. We still watch some of his sermons, though. I know people.
I don't.
I mean, Pastor Denzel told the story. Did he tell it at Live? Did he tell it at Live? Told it on radio when he talked about the young boy he encountered on your trip who wanted to know more about praying in the Holy Ghost.
Okay,
and he said one of the ways he'd become interested in he started to believe that this was really something he needed was in listening to Pastor Michael Todd's sermons. Michael Todd,
he did that.
He talks about that. He's solid. Yeah, no,
he
may not be, you know,
everyone's cup of tea.
He might not be everyone's cup of tea, but
he don't like shirt with sleeves anymore.
Delton, you are getting hot.
I know.
The people are wearing shirts with no sleeve.
Pants with no legs.
Pants with no legs.
Stop at the thigh.
It's fashion.
At concerts.
I know. And do you know what? I'm happy that there is still a generation who's outraged by it. We need them.
Are we really just okay with this?
We need to be the funds and lures for the ones coming up. We need that.
Got to be.
But I want you to know when y'all started wearing all kinds of things, the people our parents. I mean, we know them cornrows last week would have had funds rolling.
Oh, that's why I waited till Lee's gone. I waited till he was dead and gone. That was one thing. By him to be dead and gone. Before I want to rinse out. Like, that's dead was not going to work for me.
I feel like you'd have put them cornrows on. Lure would have bring Dallas and David to me. Y'all get your house in order. Give me them children. Like that Kirk Franklin album where he begins with the interlude where his mum drops him off at his grandma's house and she says, "Give me this, baby."
Give me this baby.
He said, "Huh? Give me this baby." That would have been Lou Randall also. She see with them corners, Delton. Give me these babies. What? Give me these babies.
Go sort your life out.
Sort your life out. That's it, and that's all. Brianne said, so that means you're going to go to the bar, drink and smoke with an individual and tell them to come to church with you. It's just the way you go about things. That sign wasn't it. Let me look at you and see the blessing on you, the favor on you, and aspire to be like you. And I think that's the bottom line. That's the most effective witness. And we cannot have, provocative PR as a replacement for living lives that are effective witnesses, period. Like that's really the most effective way to get people to want to come to church. You've got people who are believers and don't want to come to church at this point in time.
Yeah.
That don't want to come and sit in a church service when you've got the alternative of being on the live. And I want you to know I'm saved, filled with the Holy Ghost. I spent most of my life in church. If I add up the hours I spent in church and the hours I spent everywhere else, I think only work would trump church. And that's because I have to be there.
Pretty much.
But if you give me the option to go live, I'll be cooking, I'll be cleaning, I'll be
And that's the thing,
napping.
going live, you sit down.
So,
Pretty
I
fully
mean,
attentive.
the best of us can't focus with the live. So I think we've acknowledged and admitted that the live, at this point, the live isn't a good alternative for the in-person experience. However, that's another fight we're fighting. So not only are we fighting to get people to see the light of Jesus Christ and come to a knowledge of him, we're fighting against the tide of, but I can do this all in isolation.
I don't need to come to church.
I don't need to connect with believers. I don't need the fellowship of the saints. What's all that? What's all that?
First of all, you only come with these 4 walls in the first place. Your life be up in
Chanel
these 4
says she's
walls.
taking notes for the glory survey. There you go.
That's it right there.
We should say blah, blah, blah. That, honestly, that's it for me. That nails it for
Whatever,
me.
let's come to church. You always want something to do. What y'all giving up? What y'all doing? No, let's come to church.
Oh, Jody's talking about Mike Todd. Yeah, no, he's got he's steady growing audience.
Oh, yeah.
Steady doing big things.
Like back then, they called him
Bigger church.
the bishop of the social media
Yeah.
church.
He's just decided he's not coming for you. Like, you all had too much to say about him. So he's dealing with to whom he is an apostle.
Yeah, I think
the people to whom he
after
is
that
an
whole
apostle.
spit night thing, it was like,
Yeah, he's like,
Y'all
y'all
ready for
don't
that?
post
Y'all's
none
ready
of
for me.
Yeah.
They ain't ready for me yet.
Yeah.
It's like they ain't ready for me yet.
Dana said COVID caused this. Did it?
I
don't think COVID
I
is
think
our entire
cause-
problem.
It wasn't
Because
wasn't
I
the
Love Sex
cause.
God was 2014.
Yeah, I don't need the church thing. I think the whole church
People
thing.
not coming to church.
Yeah, it didn't cause it, but it definitely gave it like an okay. Like, hey guys, it's okay.
But it also just exposed our value.
Because remember, before COVID, we talked about the great falling away. I think that's like one of the shows before COVID. We talked about like people not coming to church and why people ain't coming to church. And that was before the COVID thing. That was before the whole pandemic. We were trying to look at why weren't people coming to church. And what COVID did, COVID was like, this gave them an extra reason. Like, oh, that's for true. I really don't have to come to church. And,
Yeah.
And the church is like, yeah, man, you don't have to come. That was the biggest problem. The
My
the
goodness.
church is like, yeah, you gotta come to us. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
So people were like, do I have to come to church? The church is like, nah, you good. You can stay at home and watch 50 other streams and watch Netflix while you're trying to listen to church on your phone. Anyway, guys, it's being real. My co-host saying this thing. I gone.
Yeah.
No, you're there.
I was just looking at. Agreed.
I gone.
So what's the conclusion?
And the conclusion is, don't do what you want to do.
Don't do what you want to do because this is not Burger
It's
King
not
and you
Burger
can't
King.
have it your way. Also, more effective than scandalous PR is just lives of light.
Mhm.
Being salt and light is effective because then we won't need these things.
I mean, to me that sounds all good and well, but
I know.
like,
I'm thinking about that too.
What does that really mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's. I think we talk about this whole talk about the mountains and certain mountains. There's certain mountains that we have to conquer, and we have to make sure that this glorious light is getting out on these mountains. So that sounds all good and well. That my life, but then you still have to do some other things besides your life.
You know what I found interesting about the campaign, the signatory campaign? What is it? He gets us. That's Jesus gets us, or he gets us is the name of the campaign.
Yeah.
The one that's like Jesus went all in, Jesus let his
Let
hair
his hair
down
down,
too, Jesus hosted dinner parties too, that kind of thing. I think what I found interesting was the fact that they had said that they want to improve Jesus's brand. that his followers had been misrepresenting him up until this point. So the aim of the campaign is to represent him.
There was a campaign here.
In
There was an
accurate
MJF
way.
campaign here that was for a while.
But my thing is,
Make Jesus
Jesus'
famous.
brand, it's like this idea that he needs to be branded. You know what I think, right?
I agree, and I understand where you're coming from. I also agree to some point. I think that is true.
That he has a brand that needs to be.
When
to
when
improve
let's say
the
he
brand.
has a brand, the way his bride has represented him needs to be rebranded. I guess I can say the way that the church has represented him.
His brand ambassadors.
So I think that is the part that I think that needs to be rebranded. So that aspect of it, I can see. Like Jesus himself.
Jesus doesn't need to be rebranded. You do.
We need to be.
We do.
So I guess in this culture, like let's show you what Jesus ambassadors really look like. Like, is that the I'm speaking for them. That's not really what they said. They said.
But I know this isn't a cop out at all. It is just something that I really appreciate about Christianity. You're gonna do dumbness, but the message of Jesus Christ will never fade.
Same today.
Never,
Yesterday.
ever.
Today. And
Like
forever.
we can do a bunch of garbage and people will still be getting saved. We don't understand why, because he will raise up. But then and do you know what it is? What I think the most ironic thing is, when we find that God is raising up the unlikelies, the ones from the backgrounds, the ones that don't look like they're supposed to look as per church preference, it's because the people who looked like they were supposed to look you were mezzing up.
Yeah.
You're wasting the gift that I'd given you. So I had to raise up the ones that were unlikely candidates and suspects because this gospel still has to go out. The word people still need to hear about the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And you're out here trying to look holy. So I got to find donkeys to talk for me. If I just that's what I got to do.
That's what I got to do.
That's what I got to do.
That's what I got to do. But I mean the He Gets Us campaign. I say it was sponsored by a group of people. So it wasn't like a church apparently. It was sponsored by a group of families, by very, very rich families. I did like a little further research on the He Gets Us thing. So it's sponsored by a group of people that was like they wanted, when they talk about the brand of Jesus, they wanted Jesus to be just as popular as like Old Navy, stuff that you see on the billboards. They wanted that idea of to get Jesus in people's mind. I mean, and so that has some validity
Merit.
to it because it's like when you see things over and over again, it starts to stick in like Jesus. Okay. Let me look into this Jesus. So it might not get all, but it might get a few. It might get
And
a
if
few.
you've got 100 million for a few, go on ahead.
If you get a couple, I didn't say play families, they say a couple families. So you got a couple people in your little square that could be like, I got $100 million here.
And the
Let's
thing
just
is,
put
when
this
Jesus
together.
gives you $100 million, will you be feeding the poor? What
Exactly.
you gonna be doing?
But I mean, we could go into this more because I mean, there's a whole long article about it on the whole situation of this whole campaign. Because there's like a lot of churches don't use the M word; they're afraid of the M word.
What's the M word?
Marketing. They say a lot of churches are
I
afraid
think
when it comes to
don't.
marketing.
Do you think so? Even now?
According to
I think
according to
marketing is the
according
thing-
to Christoph and these Microsoft word
No,
flyers.
I think the church is now not afraid of it, but doesn't necessarily have the training, the experience, the proficiency to do it well. Because everyone wants to have a flyer and a live now.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to market.
But they're still not thinking marketing. They're thinking let's do it because people are doing it. Because you're thinking marketing, you're thinking of doing it on a good scale.
And
You're
but
thinking
not also
of
on a
making it
good
look
scale,
impressive.
but also having, you see, and this is where you like, we toe the line of being almost too carnal and too natural, because marketing is informed by numbers, it's informed by data, it's informed by the trends of people's behavior. So maybe the church is scared of the M word because it causes them to conform to the world system and how people in the world behave. That's what informs marketing.
But what as I'll say this as we get ready to wrap up. One of the things that the guy says who's a part of this campaign, he says that the gospel of Jesus Christ, he said that is not going to be for sale, but it is for sharing. So his idea of the marketing is not marketing to get you to buy something, but it needs to be shared. So marketing from the standpoint of this gospel, this Jesus, you got to share this. So you got to spend the money.
And then anyone who follows
get
up
a
gets
share.
free merchandise, which I think is quite cool.
Let me like free things.
Thing.
Free.
If you forgive someone, it's
If
like,
you
how are you
forgive-
gonna How you gonna judge if somebody forgave
Not
someone?
about that, but hey,
That
free
was
things.
interesting. I was like,
Free things, give love, get gear.
I like it.
That's
Crystal
it.
say DGMT really dealt with a lot of hot topics all year. I hope you're gonna have a recap show, Delton. Aye. Delton could do the recap show by himself. No problem.
That's not what he means. Well said.
One thing about me,
Well
if I ever wake up on a Saturday morning and Delton is live without me, I ain't gonna be mad. I promise you.
Remember I did that once?
I promise
I think
you.
that's once
I
I-
was away.
You were away? No,
It was like a 17-minute.
yeah, I just
thing.
went to advertise something else.
You just went, yeah, you went to advertise something. That was it. Was I away?
I think he was away.
I was away.
He was away.
I wasn't just home
No,
chilling.
I think you were here, but I think you couldn't come. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
Let me do this real quick.
Right.
All right, miracle signs and wonders.
That's what Jody is saying. That's the attraction.
No, it used to be Jody. But they'll come.
But the miracle signs and wonders, now, I was going to say something that was my traditional Christian mind and then saved her like, that's stupid. Because what I was going to say is, you got to get them to church to see the miracle signs and wonders. And then I realized, no, I don't. I
No.
just have to be a miracle, be a sign, be a wonder, and have them follow me everywhere I go. Ah, my God.
But they, cause
What is the last miracle you walked? People
where,
of God.
where are the signs behind you?
Where's the
Are the
Lord?
signs behind
The signs
you?
should be following them that believe. Not,
And where the
no,
signs?
my God.
Jesus
My
Lord.
goodness, my
no
goodness.
sign can
Dana
be found
said
anywhere.
the church has been misrepresenting Jesus for years. Per-E-H. This Pastor V.
Pastor V.
Oh,
I
no,
like it.
Don't do it.
I like it.
Do not do it.
Pastor
And do you
V.
know what it is? I called myself Minister V the other day. I was like, oh, Vera, you finally
you did?
given in. You finally
welcome.
given in. I think Min V works for me. I'll take
Min
Min
V?
V.
You don't want to be called V when you do Min
No,
V?
I can do Min V. I could do Min V. I can do.
So don't just abbreviate my name, but abbreviate ministers as well.
I know Min V.
Min V.
Oh God, help me.
All right then.
Even though, listen, first of all, Brianne Bain with the paragraphs on today, you're just blessing my soul. I love it. Even though my toes got mashed when at Vera preached that Sunday, I loved every bit of it because it showed that we all go through stuff. We're not past anything until we're dead. So what I got from that is to keep the faith. We can't do everything on our own, and God never leaves our side. Slow down and breathe. It's things like that you watch and learn from, not the confusion of a sign.
Brianna is reading the sign. Brianna, like, take the dumb side down. Brianna say, take
This
the
is
dumb
this
side.
is this is what I'm hearing from Brianne. Take the dumb sign down. Blah 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 blah. Just go to church. When you get there, you will hear the message you need. I got you,
And your
Brianne.
life will change.
I got you. Jody Ann, this is possibly the Holy Spirit filled marketer's responsibility as well. Like when you market for the church, you're not marketing like the world markets. You've got the Holy Ghost. Delton, did you hear that? The Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
Delton said he comes as Delton listens to the songs of the Lord. So when you're designing a flyer, what's your go-to playlist? Go-to songs for designing flyer.
No.
Christoph, are you listening?
I don't have a necessarily a go-to.
Is there a genre that inspires your, like, gets your creative juices flowing?
I usually go drum videos, like old good gospel drums, songs with good drums, and then it's just happy stuff. That's usually what I
That's
go
your
for.
happy
That's
place.
usually
I
what I go
love
to.
it. I love
I
it.
go to like
I
good
love
drum
that.
stuff, or I go like a Papa San, something little.
Papa San.
Papa San, DJ Nicholas. Between those two right there.
Wow. Papa
I
San.
put that on right there.
I get respect in every aspect. And
I-
I tested. I say Jesus Christ.
And I go
every
click it
time.
away. Because for me, like, I always say this, I'm not like the Christoph those. I think Christoph them, they are made for these kind of stuff. For me, it's a lot of pressure. Like, I feel a lot of pressure when I have to do something. So it's me, like, I gotta get off my head.
Gotta get it.
I gotta get off my head.
Got
Be
it.
like, let me just calm down for a
Crystal
second.
say, "Oh Jesus, Vera!" You automatically. I know, Christopher. I know. Julianne say, "Live recap show at this Christmas social." Now, I saw the people on the Girl Talk pressuring the Saints to have a live studio audience show, and Delton, people have been whispering such
Yeah.
to me that we should do a live show.
Say anyone go live.
Go live. Go with the audience. I don't know if we can handle that.
We just do, if we do that,
Delton and I have a certain level of relaxation and slapping up
Yeah,
that
for
I
the
don't think
camera.
works well for.
because that girl talk
Work
crew,
well for- yeah,
that
'cause-
girl talk crew, they come in,
And
they
they
come
got-
in dressed to the 15s, and
Delton is barely. He don't even grease his legs
I
to come
do
to the
not.
studio. But
I don't. I
let me
iron.
tell you what happens every
I
time.
iron from this part of my shirt up.
And this is how I know if Delton has plans after the show. You have any lotion? Because he plans to go to the store.
If that, other than that,
Other than that. But I think we can make something happen, Delton. We can make something happen.
But I think for that, I think we need to just do a live glory thing then. So let's be like all of us on stage.
All
at
the
one time.
shows and do like a segment for each show.
For each show, and
So,
then
like, one
and
of
then
them has
pass
a
that, so let them
segment.
cap it off because they
Yeah.
can cover.
So we start with us for the Kiki.
Kiki, we a Kiki.
We'll come for the Kiki.
Girl talk
will come for the nitty
come for your
gritty.
emotions and make you cry.
Yes.
And then Pastor Delton come
one
get-
on one.
they come get
We'll
saved.
finish the word.
They get you
Finish with the
saved
word.
and change your life.
I like that.
We can do that.
When are we gonna do it?
I don't know.
Delton, let's make this happen because
There's
there's gonna be a lot of talking.
But there's a plan for a live DGMT. I'm gonna tell you about. I'm gonna tell you about it later. Don't you?
Jesus, what is
It hit me this now. Like when we said, I'm like, oh, I never told you about this. You know what? I never.
One thing
told
about
you
me, I can pick it up in the spirit though.
You pick up the spirit.
I'm
You
picking it
felt
up
it?
in the spirit. Thank you,
Hey.
Marisha. She said, great show, guys. Julianne said the same social the audience were planning to have.
Yeah, we had a social plan for a little while now.
Yeah, but you always supposed to get Julianne. I'm sure you were in charge of the committee.
I'm bringing that food in.
I'm sure she was in charge of the committee. I see Jody Ann and Marisha with the Min V. In fact, I changed my mind.
Maybe
Yeah, you're right.
essential
Sounds
vitamins.
like
This probiotic is filled with tons of mint V.
Min V.
Loads of
Now
Min
I'm
V.
thinking about it now. If there was a probiotic or essential vitamin called Min V, I think it would improve your levels of joy. That's what I'd like to
It's
think.
joy.
Vitamin C is for whatever. Vitamin D is for whatever. B12. Min V is to increase your endorphin. What's it? Your endorphin production. There you go. That would be it.
That's what it is in office.
Hey, violent tongues. You all ain't serious. Definitely feeling a live recap show. The problem is Delton and I cannot recap the year because we don't remember.
Yeah, it's weird.
Delton definitely doesn't because he doesn't watch us back. I do.
And you
I still
can,
don't.
but you just go off like 2 years. You just go off from like the beginning. of the
Yeah,
show,
like
watch
I just type back good morning tea and scroll through. Like I go,
it. Click this one. Stop right there.
yeah, stop right there. Papa San, you know you're my favorite cousin for true. I guess every time I think Papa San,
That's a one song. That's not even.
I'm not a Papa San fan. I'm not a Papa San fan.
Ah,
I don't like music that gives like violent vibes, like aggressive vibes. I've never been a fan. Never been a fan. You know, like
Aggressive?
so
Gotta be
current. I love things like Rake and Scrape. They're lively. They're happy. Things like dancehall and rag are like too aggressive. Papa San's too aggressive.
if you feel attacked.
Nuh-uh. I feel like you're coming for me. Why am I listening to music that makes me feel like I'm being come for? Jody said, let's do it. Tanisha said, yeah, that. Vera says, the lady that tear up the church that Sunday and scared of one little...
Brianna's coming for you, angry like
Why
Brianna.
you just let me just
Brianna-
let me
Brianna's like.
Do you know what? I'm not scared of a live broadcast, Brianna. I'm not
Yes.
scared. I just don't know if it will give you all what you want it to give. I don't know if it will be giving what you want it to give. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't have done something strange.
Oh, Lord
The
Jesus.
screen is-
What you do?
I don't know. I can't see.
It escaped.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, it's working. Okay, I got it.
Today says boom. So you can say I can need a towel and plenty
Tanisha just go. I love Tanisha's spirit. I love
Tanisha,
her.
what is you?
Tanisha, you
Energy.
are a whole
Energy.
mood, and I don't want you to ever tone that down for anybody. Yeah, you are. You carry your own weather, and that's my motto in life. Carry your own weather.
Bring it with you.
Don't let the environment dictate to you how much energy you bring, how much joy you express. You go good.
Bring it yourself.
Yeah, man. Now, yesterday we had a good old shouting time at the event we went to yesterday. There's a good old shouting time. The Glory Seekers were there.
Did she run? Did Tanisha run?
She wanted to. She went up to the front. She had a rag in
She had
her
a rag.
hand, and then she just ran back to her chair. I was like, Tanisha, go on.
I know friend
You
never
go-
scared to
you
run
go,
now.
girl.
Friend never scared about to run.
Yeah, we had a good old clapping. There was a Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
There you go.
Jesus. Yeah.
There you
There's
go.
a bit of that. That was nice. That was nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was good. That was good for the soul. You need a little rag and run for the soul.
Christoph says, what girl talk at DGMT live show? Yeah,
Christoph waiting for a call. He said, but nobody called me to do no live stream.
no one calling for streaming. Ain't nobody called Church Boy Productions.
So
So what we
y'all
talking
don't need my services, and y'all slap up because Christoph is already booked till June 2023. So I hope if you want
Hey,
it, you
I
don't
don't
want
know.
that show
Christoph-
anytime before then.
Christoph got funerals planned for next year.
Dude,
Like,
I'd be
how? How they booking for a funeral for next year, Christoph? I got a funeral on April 2023. Like, what?
Are you burying a Ghanaian? Are you burying a Ghanaian?
lady
Is
got
there
a
a
funeral
reason that
for
they're gonna
April?
be?
How?
Why? We watching Daddy, and he looked like he earned.
Yeah, so writing wrong April. and
Lillian
I think he
Barrett,
got it.
Lego. Where Lillian this morning? I know Lillian's she's recuperating from some some medical procedures, so we're sending love
Oh yeah.
and prayers to Lillian this morning.
Speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery. All our early DGMTers, I haven't seen them since.
Yeah,
Like
it must
Miss
be a while.
Mary, Rashad, Shauna, Shaquinda.
You know,
They greeted us
Rashad-
early in the
Rashad
morning.
went the private assist cup, so he
Okay.
yeah, somewhere with fit on a brave David somewhere having some coach out or something.
Oh,
Yeah, there you took coach out.
talking about the future of the nation.
Yeah,
the
with the
youth-
prime minister.
the nation's young people.
They charting the cost.
Everyone's ready for this
They
thing that
charting the cost with that
isn't
few
lined
months.
up. Apparently, only Delton knows about it. The pressure
Yeah.
is getting worse. Are facts.
Yeah.
And Minvi led us into worship. I did try my best.
Wow. The pressure is getting worse.
Do you know what kills me about that? The fact that this woman has gone viral, but she is every Ghanaian auntie.
Everybody.
Like, she's just so average to me. Like, what she said wasn't funny to me when I first heard it. I was like,
sounds right.
but then it became a whole thing. It became a whole thing.
Sounding Annie. That's sounding Annie.
like- Getting worse, are facts. Today's quote, carry your own weather. Yes, my dear. Yes, my dear. And our weather should be salty with hints of light. Or light with hints of salt. Rashad has been called to the nations.
Oh,
Delton.
eat to the nations. Eat to the nations, bro. Go on. I understand. Go on. Rashad is
Oh,
gone.
goodness. They're going to put him on a billboard in Engliston very, very soon.
He be in Engliston.
Yeah. I assume that's where he's from because you said Engliston.
No, that's just me.
Oh, okay. Whatever neighborhood he's from, we'll soon have him on the billboard.
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Mary said she's still here. Wonderful. We're glad that you
Glad that you
stuck with us. We're 2 hours in, and it is time
Time to depart.
go. Time to be on our merry
I
way.
will do
Delton,
that.
don't forget
I
to
will.
send Vera the concert links now. Yes, please. I need to hear the three tenors.
All the three tenors. You know you're good when you,
That's
when,
what
you
I like.
when you get a high chest and you hand that's Dana's head held high, mic high.
Oh, yes.
It's not a game. This is not a game. This
Then
is
I need to come and do some training for my choir.
off of the school choir.
No. Church choir.
For church choir. Get tennis together. All right, guys, it's being real. It's being fun.
It's been real
It's being
fun.
real fun. But we gotta go. Y'all make sure go blah 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 blah. Go to church
Just go
tomorrow.
to church.
Go to church
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Blah blah blah.
Especially
blah,
y'all on
blah.
the live. We don't need to convince or persuade you.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Tell
Just
your
go to
friends, them
church.
right there. Blah, 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 blah. Just come to church. 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we're going to be at the CHE's Auditorium for Life Virtual Center Services.
I'm watching how Beyonce, the show needs to be longer. And I'm wondering, Brianne used to be on the live every week because sometimes we be here all day.
Oh, Jesus.
To be hungry and tired. Hungry and weary.
Weary tired.
Can
so,
you put up the thing you sent me, please?
oh, let me,
This is for those who like a bit of wordplay, honestly.
a good wordplay is always funny. I'm not going to lie to you. It's always good. Always funny. So this is like a church sign that was out too. And I found it funny. I was like, stuff like this I don't like for you. Like, that's a good English teacher.
Honestly, it took me a second.
It was like wanted singers.
Singers, inquire with him.
Inquire with him. So,
Absolutely love it.
we'll be back next week, hopefully. If God, like the people say, God's
God's
spares my
spare
life. We'll be back here next week. But keep it locked going at 3.9 FM. For those on the radio, like I said, we should be back up hopefully in another hour or so. A technician is literally here working right now, so you can't hear us on the radio.
I thought
If
you meant we would be back. I said, no, we won't.
you can't hear us on the radio right now, but I think we should be back in hopefully an hour or so as we get things together here at the station. But until then, you're going to listen to us on TuneIn Radio, which I'm about to fix in a few minutes because I heard that something happened and it went out. So as soon as I leave here, I'm going to connect with the tech team, and we're going to try to get TuneIn
You're
Radio.
going to connect with
I'm going
the
to connect
tech
with the tech team and get TuneIn Radio back up and running. Could be locked to Facebook. I think there might be a new time coming soon for one-on-one. I've been hearing some talks. The little birdies have been talking, and I think one-on-one with Pastor Denzel and Pastor Rukino, because of Pastor Rukino now going up to the big leagues. I think they're going to change their Monday time, and there's some talks of maybe doing it on Tuesday. And so stay tuned for that announcement. That's going to come your way real soon. That one-on-one might have to change. Thursdays.
Tech team is here already.
Thursdays. Tech team's here ready.
I love it.
Yeah, so I can talk to the tech team. Get things together.
Currently in the studio
Currently in
as we
studio.
speak.
So I'm gonna make sure that the door open. I see the door open again. All right. No. Yeah. What's happening?
You saying can he come in?
Yeah. Come on in. So we're gonna get some things up and running for the station, hopefully. But Thursdays is Girl Talk at 4:30. Always entertaining. It's now a trio. It was a duo. Now it's a trio.
Love it.
And the more the merrier.
Delton, the pressure is getting worse.
Pressure getting
Everyone's changing time, adding hosts. What you doing? We still out here coming late and coming every other week when we feel like it. We gotta level up. I don't know where that came from.
Anyway.
I do feel like we need to sprinkle the change. Like, you gone back to your afro. We need some change. Like, it was the cornrows one time. I did like red hair. We need something.
Some
We need
pizzazz.
to stay current.
Some little
PR.
We need an oomph.
We need a little oomph.
We get called Christoph. We need something.
Christoph, but we need Christoph because we've been saying for years.
Yeah, no,
we're gonna have Christoph as a guest on the show.
Christoph. We can get Christoph. Then we get Christoph do a little intro for us. We can do a little intro.
Delton, I don't like how we've not played our theme song ever. I think we played it once.
We gotta finish our theme song. Jesus Lord. I can do this. I can do it next week. Next week.
You're in front of all these witnesses.
I said it here. I said it here first.
You
heard it here first.
You can't afford to be on the live late.
So we got a theme song that was done for us all the way from North Carolina.
All the way from North Carolina.
And so that's gonna be coming your way shortly. Anyway, so like I said,
Marisha said Zion is calling you to a higher place. And Marisha, we make a commitment to go higher.
Yeah. So anyway, we can work on some things for DGMT to get us to the level slightly below.
November is coming, and so it's when we start talking about watch night.
Watch South Spouse House.
South House and Spouse. Oh my God, this is the third year in a row.
Third year. Oh my God, we believe in God. Anyway, so Monday. We believe in God.
Delton, we need. I think I have a topic for next
Girl
week.
Talk like assets cover shoot ready. Oh no, they be ready. When they come in here. Oh, Thursday gone. I
listen to me.
I told Janae I felt clouds. Like when she came in, I saw clouds. It's just clouds.
And it's been me thinking about Girl Talk when I trying to decide, should I draw my eyebrows today for the radio show or should I just put on a head wrap and go like, and I was like, no, Vera, because
yeah, you gotta represent. You gotta keep the female standard up there.
Yeah, I will continue to press and do my best.
Press.
Delton and I have been having several side or pre-show conversations that I think we need to bring.
Oh, one of them real spicy guys. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold
I think we need to bring them to the.
One of them real spicy.
I'm not gonna lie. It's Girl Talk. It gives Girl Talk vibes.
It does.
You definitely have Delton and I. So maybe we should do like a Girl Talk and DGMT collab.
A collab? Mm-hmm. You need a bigger studio.
Biggest. We can make this work, man.
It's Girl Talks coming. It's be a lot of them.
And then the bishop gonna want to come in. Don't
like
be left out.
And however,
don't like be left out.
And I can feel like I'm better put on lotion. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta put on lotion. I gotta fix my hair. Like
Marisha say, first of all, Bishop say church in the morning. He didn't hear when we said blah blah blah. Just go to church.
Just go to church.
Let's go to church. Marisha say South house and spouse, and I still only have South.
Oh Lord, and Pastor then say no South this year. Jesus Lord, the South's gone. The South's gone. No South this year. Oh Lord, Christoph, the pastor say no South. The pastor say no South, Christoph.
Marisha.
No,
wrong sound effect.
So we got no South. So I thought we had South. Christoph say don't advertise that.
People don't need to know.
The people ain't coming. He ain't say no South.
No South this
Ain't
year.
no South.
No South. Well then. Marisha.
Because they don't advertise that because we need every soul on watch night. We need everyone.
My response.
So we gotta do an ad that says house, and spouse.
My response is all is well.
It
will be. Oh,
yeah.
right. Well, we're going now. DGMT, it's been a good time. God bless you. No, we literally are closing. Don't sit down. That's another 25 minutes. Okay, and now we're closing. We go to life. That's why we take long to close. No!
Hey, good day, everybody. Hey.
Welcome back.
Right.
Hey, Earl.
Yeah.
Right. Did you want
Earl
to
said we smoking
do
hot now.
something?
We good now? How long, Earl?
Earl said 10 for a week. I called him. Earl said let's do a week and let's see what happens.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Earl really talking. Earl talking for real like on the radio.
Go ahead.
Y'all don't mind. Let's go ahead. Y'all talk about yourselves.
Yeah. Your prefect? What prefect is that in the class?
One of the connectors, but what I thought would have been the problem was
Okay.
because remember the one I told you about like before, you're getting around 30% power output.
That's strong.
You at 1.9 gig kilowatt.
Let's ask everybody to go. Everybody who listening now, please go in your car. Turn the
Marisha
radio
said
on.
it's clear even in her Japanese vehicle.
In the Japanese?
I can't speak English.
The
Yeah,
Japanese?
she said, yeah, we smoking. Clear even in my Japanese vehicle.
Okay, those of y'all who, other than Marisha, who have American vehicles, check it. If you're in a German vehicle,
If you
check
can't
it.
speak English, check
If you're in
it
an
out.
Andres vehicle, check it out. See what's going on.
Andres?
Yeah, Andres. You know, I didn't make an
So
Andres.
now
you know.
we just, so this isn't DGMT, this is a test show. Wonderful.
Right
Very
now.
good.
I mean, right now,
DGMT is, it's been, we said
Where
this
you
already.
actually go? Where you got all these, are you all pretty up in your makeup? What you get?
Jesus.
What is this? You all fancy with all your chains and stuff on, all your necklace
You've
on?
got to be also and always ready, sir. Also and always ready.
You got day.
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
How did it go last night?
You want to do this on the show?
Yeah, tell the people.
No, you don't. We had this conversation already.
On the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
talked about yesterday night.
You
How
sing?
we had a good church in time.
You sing?
I did.
Yay! You told me you was saying.
I wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
This is, again, not for the radio. Guys, we are going. Pastor Denzel trying to have personal meeting, doesn't have an office meeting. The people on the live confused as to what is going on. Delton, we need to end the show. 2 hours and 10 minutes in. I'm going to end it. There's going to be no out music today. It's just going to be
You
me
need the music.
smiling.
Get up music. Get up music.
Minister Mary, I said Minister Mary. Miss Mary says, we're sharp.
Oh, she
We're
on radio
sharp.
too? She on radio too?
Yeah.
She said, you sharp on me, you look sharp.
She
or?
said sharp. I assume she means the radio. Denisha says we're good. Okay, so Glory 93.9ers. That's a new name for a crew. Y'all can definitely lock in your cars on the radio.
We
Delton,
back.
Delton.
Yay.
It's back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Glory 93.9 FM and all your mediums. All right.
What's going on? Y'all
See, this is why I wanted to end the show, because when Delton gets tired, sleepy, hungry, anything is liable to happen. Anything, and then he has Pastor Denzel to feed off of. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. She said she has not had this clarity in her Japanese vehicle ever.
Now, what I would say, because I think we at almost 2 kilowatts. With the new BPL prices, we're not going
They coming down a little.
to.
That's what money.
Yeah, so anyway, thanks be unto God. We're back on radio. So those who are listening
Thanks
on
be unto God
Facebook
and Earl.
and Earl, shout out to Earl Thurston, just left. So anyway, and she's followed west. And you followed west in here in the car don't speak English? Bless the Lord.
Good stuff.
Delton, you got to play something good for the people on the radio now. Make sure the next song is smoking.
Some
Something
fiery.
hot. Something with strong drums. Something with strong drums.
Chief consecrator.
You know, I'm struggling. I don't know if y'all talking about this. I'm struggling to know what to preach tomorrow because Pastor Vera did such a potent job preaching.
Oh, listen to me.
We did this. We
Brianna-
did this as well.
Brianna come in and give her the whole thing.
book
We
last
did.
Sunday.
We did this
She
too.
preached from
Ah.
the table of contents to maps.
From this book is given to
This book is given.
this book is given to Vera.
such and such a date.
2014
Yeah,
for
all
her
the way.
25th birthday.
I know. I mean, I thank
what my
God.
Bible
Every
says.
time God puts you,
Your Christian information there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, God puts you in this place where you got to pray and seek His face. That's what Vera did for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to go
it's
like,
wonderful.
Lord, give me something to say.
Rachel
Lord.
said she preached.
Awesome.
That's what
Awesome.
was preached. I was so proud. I'm a proud pastor.
Then
You
they
should
just
say, play some
say
apostolic.
apostolic praise, play
Plenty
brass.
brass.
She said,
That's it right there.
plenty brass.
That's what you got to right there. Right there.
Boy, we had a United States apostolic last week.
Oh yeah, they were going to get it. But
DGMT Extended starts now, and this is the part of the show where I tap out. You don't know my batteries only run for so long.
yeah, that was.
Some of my batteries, you straight?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
Gigi is on the
rocking and
road.
rolling.
She is-
Stop it!
She is speeding.
I ain't like, I saw a car. I saw look at you. I said, okay, I had a car.
No, that's mine.
I saw you don't have a
We
car.
back, and
And
better
you-
than ever.
Everything going good.
Everything going good. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they've hatched. I'm giving myself to the end of the day. I might just go driving today for the sake of it,
Don't
because
go-
my tank is full.
Just do circles. Don't go far.
Yeah, go on blocks. Eastern Road.
Yeah, sorry, DGMTers. Pastor Denzel really bringing my personal business. My car was having troubles for a very long time. Y'all know that. 'Cause it was a show we
asked-
cancelled
asked
because
mechanics.
my car was having trouble.
We asked for mechanics.
But God came through, and a young older man by the name of Mr. Gale fix my car.
But the Gale buys the Mazda station now. You haven't got no free advertisements.
That's why I didn't give, because he doesn't go by Mr. Gale. So that's why I gave that name instead.
Oh, okay. Good
I filed with the jumper cables, ma'am. Yeah, we good. Marisha, I believe
Did he just say
all
what? Did he
is
just say what?
well.
Your car running? Another reason for me to shout.
That's
So
another-
So you just say that's another reason for me to
Play
shout.
the apostolic now.
We just say that's another
Now.
reason. Let's say another reason to bring.
I feel like shouting them more though. I hope they.
Think of it true?
Yeah, I feel like spanking them on, man.
Should I call Gregory? Alan Gregory.
I need some
Bring the whole
spanking
crew.
tomorrow, man. I hear you spanking last week Sunday morning, right? I want spank.
Y'all did it true? Y'all just got the kiosk and get it. Oh man.
You got
Anyway.
car now, you going?
Yo, dude, I gotta
Oh,
go,
you
guys.
something else, boy. Where you
I'm
going for
gonna
lunch?
head out.
Where you going for lunch?
I don't know. I have no plans.
Oh, I want you to bring something.
I want you to bring some.
We have a car.
Bring some back for you.
Just get a car.
Yeah, maybe it ain't cheap to say.
Bernice said she's been listening to us on the radio for about 20 minutes now, so we've been up. And
Okay.
been good.
On for 20 minutes.
Where to go, Earl? Or the pearls, buddy. Don't play the rest of the pearls.
I gotta go watch. I gotta watch baseball. I gotta go.
All right, then. All right. So you
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a good day. Yeah, so.
All right. Anyway, guys, so we're going to head out. See y'all guys on
The topics have been pretty fun.
next. The topics are pretty fun.
The conversation was refreshing,
Coffee was refreshing.
The jokes were good.
The coffee was hot.
and exactly what you need to get into go to church tomorrow spirit.
Go to church tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Go to church. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah.
Go to church. All right, so y'all be safe. I don't have.
You playing anything apostolic with the brass?
I wanted to, but like I said, the computer and I'll either leave you in here by yourself. You talk to the church or tell them bye while I go
Nope.
play some brass.
No.
But I can let's quick dash. It's a quick dash right just going on.
They can watch me typing on my phone.
Let me think. Let me get some apostolic for the people of God.
Brianne said not see you next week. She said, well, see you in church tomorrow. That's right.
See you in church tomorrow.
Because
Brianne.
we going to be there.
We shall be there. But yeah, we gonna work on the recap show. Stay tuned for the live show that should be happening. I can't remember the date, but y'all gonna hear it. And we look forward to having you in attendance.
Clearly, Delton and I need to have an office meeting. Because he have a date.
Yeah, no, we have a whole date.
What is this?
Ooh. Anyway, guys.
Anyway, guys, it's correct.
So y'all have a great day. I'll have an amazing weekend. Keep it locked to 3.9 FM. That'll be back up and running. TuneIn Radio is going to be up and running as well. So listen to me. We're back.
Rocking and
The
rolling.
devil thought he had us,
But
we got away. Devil thought he had us. All right, guys. Just for you, Denisha. Just for you. Just for you. All right, guys, we gone. We out of here. Keep it locked to 3.9 FM. I have been Delton.
I've been Vera.
And we are gone. Bye, people.
the freshest wave of glory to hit the Bahamas.